episode 2. I kind of want a clapping like here, both clap, right? Yeah, until we get a soundboard. A clapping clap. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Dames and Dorks, hosted by the Inside All Day podcast. I'm Nadia, player 1 of the Inside All Day podcast. And today, obviously, as you can see, I'm joined by some lovely kick-ass women. Today, we're going to be talking about Ahsoka, One Piece, some reboots, and potentially maybe girl math or girl dinner, I guess. Before I get into the panel, letting them introduce each other, I just want to remind everybody, obviously smash that like button, subscribe to Inside All Day, and also hit that notification bell so you'll get up to date on all Dames and Dorks content. So further ado, I'm going to let the panel introduce. Lily, take it away.
Hello, everybody. So I'm just going to make it easy for everybody and just say, hi, Barbies.
Hi, Barbie.
And just start that again. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Exactly. There we go. Just kidding. Hey, guys. So I am Lily. And of course, I'm here with all these lovely ladies. We have a lot of really cool stuff to talk about with you guys today. So, yeah.
Very cool. Mags, you're up.
Hi guys, it's Magitech Mags here, and I am ready to get into it. And also, hi Barbie.
Hi Barbie.
Wait till our next episode, oh man.
Oh my gosh.
We're also joined by another female, my kitty here. So she is going to keep us company and say hello to everybody. So hi guys, thank you for being here, and make sure you smash that like button and share the stream link.
Yes. Share the stream link. Yes. 100%. Nomi, take it away.
Hi, Barbies. Sorry.
This is gonna be our new thing. Should we just change all of our names to Barbie?
No, they're all Barbies.
Yeah,
Guys. Hi, everyone. I had technical difficulties. I had to kind of kick my MacBook into gear because I've had this since 2009. But yeah, I was having some issues, but I'm here now. I'm having fun, and I'm ready to do whatever the night takes us.
All right. And the birthday girl herself, Dr. Rachel.
Yay!
Tell the people.
Yay!
Birthday Barbie.
Hi,
Birthday.
I guess that would make me Dr. Barbie.
Yes,
but,
Dr. Barbie.
Hi, Barbies, and hello, Kens out there. I'm Dr. Rachel,
Hi,
star on
Barbie.
cosplay. I'm just looking forward to talking about the topics we have. Some I have, more to say about than others. I'm trying my very best to stay on top of things. It's been a very busy week. My actual birthday is Saturday, but I will be driving because I'm in the process of moving right now. So I won't really be getting to celebrate my birthday other than probably today and tomorrow with family.
Yay.
But looking forward to having this stream with all you lovely ladies and everyone in the chat. Be sure to hit the like, share out the stream, and say hi in the chats. We love seeing everybody here.
Yes. Before we get into the chat, because I do want to acknowledge the chat, I want to let you know, Dr. Rachel, I couple hours spent some time looking for something special for you. So let me get it shared.
Oh no. What'd you do?
Oh no.
All right, here we go.
I'm glad I have a drink this time.
This is chaotic.
Oh my god. Amazing.
That's beautiful.
We figured it was appropriate.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Well, the anthem from Mexico partying.
Someone spent a long time making this. Shocking.
All right, we only got like about a few more seconds. Bear with us.
Oh, I love this part.
That was beautiful.
Oh my god.
Puppies.
Blow out your candles!
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Oh, that was beautiful. I'm crying. It's great.
That's great. I love it.
Yes, that your name is very easy to find. Happy birthday, Mars. So I was like, oh, I wonder. Happy birthday. All right, so let's acknowledge some chats, and then we'll get into topics. How about that?
All the other
Alright.
Kens and Barbies.
Yes, obviously we have Mr. Tickle Trunk.
Hello.
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 We have Ash, which we kind of virtually met today.
Oh.
So
Oh wow.
I wanted to
literally
hear.
virtually met today. I was like, okay. Let's see who else. We got Sleazy.
Sleazy.
Thank you.
Sleazy. Yeah.
Horror is in that horror. It sounds like horror. I'm
Oh,
so sorry.
Wow.
She's in the house.
Yay!
Hey,
Guys, we have a
Nadia,
celebrity.
you just
We have a
Yes,
celebrity in the
we have
chat.
a celebrity,
Celebrity.
yeah. We have Lawrence. Nice.
Oh, very
Hey,
nice.
Larry.
Let's see what else. Who else we got?
Where is my dude?
I'm not even gonna
Dengar?
try. Thank you,
Dengar
Dengar.
Renegade. Yeah.
I was waiting. I'm like,
I'm like, I'm not even gonna try. My husband's in the chat as well. Hi, Barbies.
What's up, Ken?
hey, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
Mrs. Sassy
Hi.
Sasquatch.
Oh, hello. Hi,
Woo! Yay!
Another celebrity in the
Sassy.
house.
Yes. Like
Hey, Sassy.
a lot of celebrities here today.
Paul is in the house as well.
Mrs.
Hi,
Sassy.
y'all.
Oh, hello.
Very serious with the period, not like an exclamation point. So
Yeah.
hi, y'all. And who else? I think. Oh, and Sean's in the house. Yes, that's how you do it. Exclamation point. All right.
Hi,
I think
Sean.
that's. Oh, and Mr. Cannoli as
Oh,
well.
hello.
hey,
Another
Cannoli,
celebrity.
Another celebrity.
Yeah.
Man, we're
Wow.
popular, aren't we?
Yeah.
Sasquatch Ken.
I know.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me pull up our first article and what we're going to get in. Oh, shoot. What the heck?
Was it the
Technical difficulties. Sorry. That was
It's
Universal
everywhere.
ad. Yes, I know.
all the dinosaur video again? Play it. Just kidding.
So we're going to talk about everybody's favorite topic today. Ahsoka.
Oh gosh.
Of course.
And I'm going to be honest, I have not had time to watch after episode 3 or 2, whatever
It's
the
kind
first.
of hard. I understand, Nadia.
Yes, I just couldn't. I can't bring myself because there's other things I want to watch. I haven't even finished One Piece yet, so
Oh,
I would
man.
rather put the time into One Piece. So I'm gonna pull up an article and then I'm gonna let our Star Wars experts discuss this.
Yes.
I know.
And our
I'm
Star
t-
Wars expert is Lily.
Lily. Yes, if you can't
Matt.
tell,
If you
with
can't tell, she is.
and
yeah.
Max.
Yeah,
Well,
Liz
Matt-
and I have been
Matt,
talking.
I'm
behind the
sorry.
scenes a little bit.
So this one, Ahsoka delivers a powerful testament to Anakin Skywalker's legacy. Okay, cool. I guess. Like, I know he was in it. And Lily, you have the Sith hair color. You know, you got black and red going on here. So Max and
I'm
Lily,
wearing Darth Vader today too. I don't
Oh,
know
look
you
at
guys
that.
can see
I know. Look at that.
see, is it worth it jumping back in?
it.
Yes.
Sell it to me. Is it worth jumping back in after episode 2?
You know
Or 3 or
what?
4, whatever. 3.
These last 2 episodes, I think, weren't as bad to watch as the first couple of them, only because episode, what was it, 4? There was a lot of fighting, so there wasn't really a lot of dialogue. To me, it's really slow when they're talking, and there's the dialogue is kind of cringe. So there was a lot of fighting. The duels weren't great. They're actually really slow, though, but at least
Okay.
there was some action. This last episode, though, I would say just watch that part, like the first 25 minutes of it, which if you guys haven't seen it, sorry, spoilers, but Anakin is somehow
I
back.
think the whole internet knows that he's back. I saw the really cool scene where it flashes where it's Darth Vader and then Anakin and then Darth Vader, then Anakin, I guess, is in it as well.
Yes, so it kind of, I sort of hate myself a little bit because I got so excited during that part. I love Anakin.
Lily. It's okay, Lily.
and-
It's okay.
I love Anakin. So when he came out and I saw him in his Clone Wars armor, oh my gosh!
yes, that was
I think I screamed. I was like, I've been wanting this for the longest time. And I hate that it had to be like in this show. And I wish we could get like some kind of live action Clone Wars. They have Hayden. He's available. He loves playing Anakin. But I don't trust Disney to actually do it. So that 25 minutes, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to enjoy it. And the actress that played young Ahsoka, she did so good too. Like they really played off of each other. Like I like Rosario, and I'm not saying anything negative about her. I like her as Ahsoka. It's just that this younger actress, she nailed it. She completely nailed it.
She's the girl in Barbie.
She's the daughter.
The daughter in Barbie.
No, is she? No, she's not.
No, she is.
She is. She's the daughter in Barbie, and she's also young Gamora in.
Oh my gosh!
Of the Galaxy.
Then why was she so annoying in Barbie?
Infinity War. She's young Gamora. Yeah,
because they made her like that. The patriarchy made her like that. That's
that's her.
Well, she did great as Ahsoka. I really liked her as Ahsoka.
I agree.
Even though there were some parts where she was kind of like talking back to Anakin that I didn't like. I was like, excuse me. He's like your master. You need to be quiet and listen to this man. But she did great. I really liked them together. Their chemistry was like really amazing. And I wish we could see more of that, but I just don't trust Disney, unfortunately.
Do you think Anakin was in a sense a little bit of catnip for everyone to kind
of course it was
hop back into to this?
Of course.
Because I'm interested in seeing it, but that's the only part. I mean, past this point, what else could they jingle in front of your face to kind of bring you back in?
And I don't see how he fits in the story. He didn't even fit into this story. He came back and basically what this was supposed to be is like Ahsoka was kind of, I guess, dying or drowning. I don't know. We're not really too sure what was actually happening. Well, I'm not sure. So she has like this. Yeah, we don't know what's happening. It was like this vision that she had where he came back and he basically told her that he's finishing her training and that he's here to teach her like another lesson, which was basically that she needs to keep living and this and that. And I'm like, what? Like we had already gone through this in the Clone Wars. Like, why are they bringing this back? And like, was there at some point she said that she didn't want to like be alive anymore? Like, I don't understand what they're doing. In the context that they gave it to us, it made no sense. It was just basically just to bring Anakin back and make us go, oh my gosh, it's Anakin. Ahsoka's like super important because she's like tied to him. But yeah.
But the timeline doesn't make any sense to me. Sorry, Max, go ahead.
No, I just find it funny. I don't know, Lily, if you found it interesting, but remember when she was having the sequence there and she's young Ahsoka, and they said something along the lines of, this was our first mission together. And I'm trying to remember back, and I'm like, well, their first mission was Christophsis, and it's not even Christophsis that they're on in this sequence. And second of all, she had to say, this is the Clone Wars. And I'm like, it's almost like they had to put that line in there, one, to inform the audience what it is, but also the fact that it's like a key jangling moment almost.
But it's so funny too that you bring that up, that she goes, oh, we're in the Clone Wars, and then Anakin turns around and he's like, well, yeah. That was kind of funny. Yeah. I was like, okay.
I know that was really funny. I'm like, that's perfect.
So
that's why people are trying to make the argument that this was real, that it wasn't just in her head. But it makes no sense to me, because how was he also in one of her memories where he wasn't there? He even says that. He's like, oh, I don't recognize this battle. And she's like, oh, this was the siege of Mandalore. And he's like, oh, okay. And then I think towards the end too, somebody made a point that he said when she's like, I won't fight you. And he's like, I've heard that before. So everyone's like, no, this was real because Luke said that to him. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't know. It just it makes no sense to me. I'm trying to see it through like other people's eyes, and it doesn't make sense to me.
I don't understand the timeline because isn't he supposed to be a roasted marshmallow by now?
Yeah.
Like prior to this, like I don't understand where this is taking place. This is obviously post Clone Wars, but would it be before episode 4 or like where is this in time? It doesn't make any sense. I thought he's supposed to be already Vader in a sense at this point in the timeline.
He's already supposed to be. I think he's already died at this point.
Yeah, like
I think this takes place like during somewhere after or during like Boba Fett or something.
This makes no sense. This makes absolutely no sense. Because when he came back, I'm like, wait a minute. Because I thought maybe it's just flashbacks. I understand there's flashbacks of younger Ahsoka with him, but if he's there in current time, shouldn't he be like a roasted marshmallow in the Vader suit?
Yeah, but it's because what doesn't make sense too is that usually when the Force ghosts appear to like living people, they have this like blue aura around them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't have that. So it doesn't give us any indication that this is actually Anakin because he's a Force ghost at this point. And then it doesn't make sense either that he's coming to Ahsoka to teach her lessons that he never finished training her. When after this, he should have already known Luke. So I don't understand why he hasn't come back to train his son, who is actually, you know, like his son, to teach him and be like, hey, I know I never got to know you like as a father, but these are some lessons that, you know, I'm here as a Force ghost that I can teach you some things and like guide you. Because at this point, Luke is supposed to be building his own Jedi Order. So I don't understand why he's wasting his time over here with Ahsoka and not paying attention to his son. So I don't see why they're giving more of the importance to her versus Luke Skywalker, who basically is Star Wars.
Yeah, no, pass. Hard pass. I'll catch the replay.
So I would say just watch like the first 25 minutes of that where like Anakin's there because Hayden's amazing. He's always been the
Hayden
best
or
Anakin.
Ryan Gosling, Lily, choose one.
You can only have one Lily. Save
Or
the rest for
Pedro
all of us.
Pascal. Yeah, Pedro Pascal, one of them. Choose one.
No, guys, no, because there's like 1, 2, and 3. They're constantly rotating in it.
It's your mood. It depends on your mood, right?
It depends on the mood. Yeah, no, but like Hayden Christensen, yeah, has been my crush since like forever, since these movies came out. But no, he's like the perfect Anakin. So I would just suggest that. Like, if you guys don't like it, he does a really great job. He looks great. They finally de-aged him perfectly. So just watch those first 25 minutes
they
for like
de-aged him.
good Star Wars.
How old is he now?
He's 41, I think.
Why are they gonna de-age him? What are they gonna make him look like?
Because in Revenge of the Sith, I think that was like over 20 years ago, like 19 years ago, something like that.
Fair
So
enough.
he was still a baby, yeah.
He doesn't got that Scientology blood like Tom Cruise.
No, he's actually unproblematic. He stayed away from Hollywood a long time ago.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him. Exactly. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to say on Ahsoka? Because again, I'm probably not going to watch it. We lost Mags, but she'll come back.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, come on, Mags. Because
It's
I know she's watching it too.
She had 2 weeks to prepare for this.
Connection.
This is not an excuse. Just kidding. We'll give her as much as we can.
Wait. What did Dr. Rachel say in the
Mags.
chat here?
I just saw that.
Hey, I get it. Mine rotate too.
Yeah.
Because
Mine do as well.
Henry Cavill to Henry Cavill to Henry Cavill. I completely get it. I got you.
Guys, it's like a buffet. Why? You gotta...
Yeah.
You get your
Because
whole
the
shoulders
patriarchy
hard
pick and
here.
choose.
See this, yes. All right. Shall we move
Mags.
on to she'll hop back on. She'll be fine. Well, we're going to talk about One Piece, which has been a surprise to everyone. Everyone, and obviously technical difficulties, right? Where is the One Piece? Here we go. And it got renewed today for season 2.
I saw that.
Nice.
One Piece breaks Netflix records set by Wednesday and Stranger Things, which surprised me because I know Stranger Things is a hot commodity for Netflix. I know a lot of people like it, including myself. I didn't really watch Wednesday. I couldn't get into it. Not my type of Morticia. So
They
Gomez,
killed
yeah.
it with Morticia.
Yeah. So it has set a new record, and they just renewed it for season 2. It has been both shows ranked number 1 in 83 territories over their first weekend of release, and One Piece beat that, which was everyone else surprised by this because normally Netflix's anime adaptations like Cowboy Bebop's, which failed, usually sink, and a lot of people were very hesitant about this completely. So what are your thoughts? I know you most of the panel has seen it, right? Correct?
No.
Who hasn't seen it?
Yeah.
I will
Nomi?
get around to it.
Okay, all right. You know the presence though,
I
right?
do,
Okay. Dr. Rachel.
I saw the first episode and I had some good and bad points to it, but I think I'm going to continue watching it.
Okay. I like this comment. Nadia is a woman of culture. Yes, Ash, I am. I am a woman of culture. I like anime. Go ahead, Lily. What about you? Have you seen it?
Yes, I watched it. Actually, I wasn't interested in watching it because it's anime and I'm really not into anime, but Mags and I think I saw Shadow in the chat too. They were talking about it and I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I trust Mags. So I started watching it and it's so good. I actually really enjoyed it. So I mean, I liked it. Like as a total normie, I don't know anything about it. I've never watched the anime. So if you guys have, like I'm interested to hear what Dr. Rachel has that she didn't like about it. Because for me, I was like, I'm a total normie. I enjoyed it. I was like, oh, this is so cute. Like I was crying half the time.
So I've never seen the anime. I watch anime, but I mostly watch horror or fantasy anime. So I've never seen this anime. It's never appealed to me. I know there's like over 1,000 episodes of this thing and quite a few books of the manga. And I went in expecting to hate this just because it's really hard, I feel, to translate anime into live action. You really have to kind of stick to the source because it depending on the story you do, it's very kooky. And just a standalone, it is fantastic. Like the story is great, the characters are endearing. It doesn't go too over the top. It's entertaining. There's no like message behind it. It's just about a dude who's like a really like endearing personality that wants to be the best king of the pirates, but he doesn't want to be like a ruthless pirate. So I find it refreshing as opposed to a lot of the stuff that's been out recently, especially from Netflix, like The Witcher. I mean, I know The Witcher's a different types of genre, right? Dark and moody, but they destroyed that IP, and they completely honored One Piece with this.
Well, I think it's just because I think they learned their lesson when they messed up with Cowboy Bebop.
Bebop's, yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
like,
that was
a dumpster fire. And of course, all of the weebs lost their minds of how terrible it was. So, of course, Netflix wants to make money. Like, all right, maybe we should invest in actually good writing and maybe follow the story.
Yeah, I'm hoping this will kind of jar them for all their IPs that they've decided to adapt stuff to really kind of see that, fans really want you to really stick to the IP. Like to be honest, I don't care if you change a few things about a character, but as long as you have the heart and soul of that individual in that person, that's cool with me. And you don't put any of your messaging behind it. Like, give me the story that I've enjoyed reading or, playing games or anything. Give it to me on screen and you're going to sell me on it. And I'll be a lifelong fan.
Exactly.
Yes. I'm going to clap myself.
Clap for yourself. You deserve it.
Yes. I'm going to clap myself.
No, totally. And then, what's just adding to your point too, is that I guess they race swapped the actress that's supposed to be Nami's sister. And also
right.
one of the characters is also transgender. And they didn't make that a point to mention it. They didn't make it a big deal. Everybody watched it. We all loved it. And I enjoyed watching them on screen. They were really good characters. They came to do what they wanted to do. And no one was upset about it because they did it in a way where that wasn't like what they focused on. That they were like, hey, we have this actor who's transgender, watch Netflix, like they usually do. They just quietly just cast him, put him in the role, and he did a great job. I didn't even know. So
Yeah. He to me, he didn't look like what the main lead would be in the anime, and that's what made me a little bit hesitant about him. I think he's fantastic. I think he's really good casting on that. Now, do you think they're gonna mess with season 2? Do you think they're like, okay, we got everybody on the hook, they're excited, and that they're gonna just mess with it? They're gonna change things, they're gonna add something stupid into it. Do you think they're gonna mess with season 2?
That's actually a good.
Mm.
Those are good concerns. I will give that to you. But why ruin something if it's so good right now? Why make the change?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand like push the envelope a little bit, but please don't.
And with the strike, how long do you think until we get a season 2?
That is very true. I did not think about that. Well,
yeah.
I think the strike would be finishing by the end of this year, beginning of next year.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong.
I don't know. It's starting to feel, I guess, from what I learned on Salty, Matt was telling me that there was a guess that they might wrap it up this month. And if they did wrap it up this month, it's well going to go into the next year. And for people in the chat, Mags is okay. Her internet's just being a little wonky. That's why she keeps dropping in and out, but she's okay. She's a-okay. I'm sure she's cussing at her computer right now.
Yeah, she's right now.
Yeah, it's okay. I think I would continue watching One Piece. I'm more into horror right now. It's spooky season. I want some scares. But it's a good show to watch, like an episode at evening when Chris and I don't have really anything else to watch and we don't want to watch the news because it's depressing. So I'll just put on One Piece.
It's just a feel-good show. It's talking about like friendship and like found family, and it just makes you feel good how optimistic all of the characters are. Like even the ones who are going through like tough times, they show you all of their stories and how everyone's going through something, but they have their friends with them. And that's what I like about that, is that their friends are helping them through all of this. And at every point, like they all believe in each other. And I think that's so cute. And that's what that's what really drew me to it, because everything right now is like so depressing and it just makes you feel like worse after watching it. Yes. So after this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Like I told everyone I knew, like, you need to watch this. It's good.
What about you, birthday girl? What's your thoughts on potential season 2? And I mean, I know you've only seen 1 or 2 episodes, just like me. But what's your thoughts?
So I did watch some of the anime. I haven't read the manga, but I watched the anime, and in general, I liked it. I thought it was a little bit too silly for what I normally like from anime. And so when they announced this live action version, and I watched the trailer for it, I'm like, okay, it looks like they're really adapting the story well. It looks like they nailed the characters, but it still has... The thing I don't like about live action adaptations is more the acting side. When you have live action, when you have real people, they tend to go into overacting when they're trying to reach their sort of cartoonish or animated characters. And that's what kind of throws me off from even shows like One Piece. So I was watching the show and I'm like, they nailed the story. They nailed the characters. I really liked that aspect of it. They stayed true to it. But it's just that aspect. It reminded me, and I was talking with Jed about this, it reminded me of, have any of you ever seen the old live action Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
I wasn't allowed.
It reminded me of that kind of vibe. I mean, it was again, really good, great story, great characters, but just that like overacting piece, it just drew me out of it. So I want to continue watching One Piece, and I definitely will, but I don't know. I know I'm not going to love it. I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10 like a lot of other people are going to.
Okay, hey, that's fair.
Like me coming as a normie and you actually having watched the anime, I can say that I think I know where you're coming from, because at first it's a little bit jarring to see them doing things that like you see them doing in anime, that it's a little silly that they try to translate into like, you know, live action. But I think once you kind of like get used to it and you get past that and you keep watching the episodes, I think you'll enjoy it a lot more than you think you are. I think you're gonna like it, because they kind of like tone it down at some points. And I mean, yeah, it's very cartoonish and it's very overacted, but it's funny. Yeah, but also I like really cringe movies sometimes too. So
that's fair. Yeah,
so
no, I definitely agree, Lily. Of like
so
that's why I want to keep giving it a chance. I want to like get into
so
that.
I think
shut your brain off, just enjoy the story. Just enjoy
I think you're gonna like it. So keep watching it.
I will.
Can we backtrack for 1 second? Nomi's never seen the first Mortal Kombat.
I wasn't allowed.
It continues.
I love that.
Hold on, I'm putting it in my notes of another.
Wait a minute!
To watch.
Didn't the two of you give me crap for not seeing the Gladiator?
Yes.
Okay, the Gladiator is different.
How's that different?
Because that's Russell.
Because that's also a like classic, legendary.
It was all right. It was okay. It was okay. It was like, listen,
okay.
Listen. Before the chat goes
up already fighting.
Listen. It was okay. I enjoyed it. It's a good movie. I would never rewatch it.
What?
Oh my god!
I would never rewatch it. I would never.
Why?
It's good. I'm glad I saw it. It was fine. It's Walking Phoenix is fucking psychotic. Sorry for my language. It's psychotic. I thought I was cool too, Mr. Tickle. It's a good movie. I will admit it is a good movie. It's a 5 out of 5 movie. It's perfect. It's the acting, the cinematography. It's great. It's not my cup of tea.
Nadia,
I wouldn't watch it again.
That at least once a month.
That's fair.
I mean, that's. Hey, I get it. And you know what? Maybe because I didn't see it when it first was released, so I didn't get the momentum of like everybody, you know, jumping on the Gladiator wagon. I don't know how they're gonna make a sequel, because again, I admit it's a perfect movie. I'm glad I saw it. I would not watch it again.
That is like an all-time classic
I'm
movie,
like speechless.
though. Yeah. Like
it's Maximus Decimus Meridius. Come on.
Yes.
Chris will admit I was also very tired when I saw it. So he thinks I need.
It's so good. Oh my gosh, that's one of my.
I admit it. Like, hey, it's a good movie. It's a very good movie. It's a 5 out of 5. If I don't know. Does it have Oscars? It should have Oscars. It's a great movie. So I'm glad I saw it.
I just
so you don't like period?
I do. I actually really do love period pieces, dramatic period pieces. Actually, I like white chocolate, Mr. Tickles. I do like.
Oh my gosh, Nadia, that's not even chocolate. Just kidding.
No, there's everything wrong with you.
I know. You know what?
Why are you different?
I do like period pieces. I really do. I do like Ridley Scott, and again, it's a perfect movie. It's a 5 out of 5. I'm glad I saw it. I'm really glad I saw it. I would not watch it again.
But why?
It's not something I would like go. I would not reach out to and go, oh, I really don't have anything else going on. I'm going to sit here and like crochet something. Let me put Gladiator on.
That is the movie you put on when you're crocheting.
Yeah, I put Harry Potter on or something like that. All right.
Okay, Harry Potter is a good one as well, but the Gladiator is a good story to follow, and that's why I like Joaquin Phoenix is such a good actor. Like
he's great.
Hated him. I hated him, but he did a good job. That's why I hated him.
He's great. He's psychotic. I enjoyed it. I loved. It's great, but when I rewatch it again,
because everyone was like perfect. All of that, I was like,
Yeah,
yes,
it's a perfect movie. 100%. It's a perfect movie. I'm not saying it was crap. I'm not giving it a lower score or anything. I think it was a perfect movie. I don't know how they'll get a sequel out of this. Perfect movie, but I wouldn't watch it.
I would hate it if they came out with a sequel in this.
They're coming out.
Making one. They're making one.
Making a sequel.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
announced.
Wow.
Where have you been, Nomi? What planet have
I
you been on?
know. Well, know me.
was
Have I
hopeful,
not talked
guys.
about this? Pedro's in it.
Right,
He is?
right. Yeah, I
Oh.
believe so.
Wow, no, you haven't, because I would have definitely known if
Wow.
you had talked about it.
Yes, he was. Yeah, they stopped filming just right when the strikes were going on. They were filming just before this, so they didn't get to finish anything.
I'm so out of touch. So I'm
You are.
sorry, guys. But now, like, well, you know, Nadia, you can just stay at home, and Lily and I will go to the theaters together, and we'll just cheer on for Pedro.
That's fine. That's fine. I've
Rachel
nothing
can come
against
too.
Pedro.
I'll buy her a ticket since it's her birthday.
I will say, like, the period piece movie that I have seen probably over 100 times since I was little is Gone with the Wind. I've seen that movie probably well over 100 times. I've worn out the VHS on that when I was younger. So I like period pieces.
Another movie that I will put on my list to watch.
See, how can you like? All right.
I know.
Nobody gives you shit for anything I watch anymore.
Dr. Rachel's just like, I'm not getting
Wait.
into this.
Nomi, have you
No, this
seen
is something we need to do. We need to all make a list of like big movies that we haven't seen, and then just like compare and like put it to the chat. All right, who's the biggest like loser of us all? Who
It's gonna be Nomi.
Yeah, I'll just
Nomi.
take the L on this one, guys. Because
Nomi, have you? I need to know, Nomi. Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah,
I'm just
okay.
wondering.
That is a valid question. Yes, I have seen
Okay.
Lord of the Rings.
I'm just curious.
As a matter of fact, my tattoo artist just got back to me because I might be getting a Lord of the Rings tattoo instead.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Fair enough. I recently just saw Blade like this past week for the first time. So,
What did you think of
That's
that?
a good one.
oh, not Blade. I'm sorry, Blade 2. I saw Blade 2
Oh, okay.
last night. I've seen Blade 1. So don't hate me. I've seen Blade 1. I haven't seen Blade 2. Blade 1's great. 5 out of 5. Great movie. I liked it. It was enjoyable. Blade 2, I like the storyline, but the overall pacing and the climax of the movie didn't do it for me. I was like, 2.5, 3. I haven't seen the third
Have
one
you
yet.
seen? Oh, okay. That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to the third one yet?
We're totally getting
Ryan
off track.
Reynolds is in that one.
I know my husband has a crush on him.
Who doesn't have a crush on Ryan?
Yeah, who
Reynolds?
doesn't
Wow,
have a
call
crush
him
on
out.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
He's gonna hate me for outing him, but he does. He does have. He has
I
anything
don't
with
blame,
Ryan Reynolds.
I don't blame Chris. Like, it's okay for
Yeah.
Chris to have a man crush.
Have you ever seen Waiting, Nomi?
It's been a minute. It's
Okay,
I
I see
think
now. Every movie I can think of, I'm gonna see if Nomi's seen it.
Yeah.
Oh
That
my
is a good game to
gosh.
play. Yes, we should play
Oh
that.
boy.
All right, let's. We're totally off topic.
I know. Sorry.
Welcome back, Mags. Let's see. What's the next? Aquaman.
I know.
Do. Aquaman. Who's seen the trailer?
I haven't
I
seen
have-
it.
I saw
You
it.
have? Okay.
I briefly
Uh-oh.
scanned it. I briefly scanned it a little bit, but I didn't really listen to it. I just kind of looked at the visual part of it. So not really.
Yeah. I just saw like 5 seconds. I saw that there was a baby and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What?
There is a baby.
I did
He's a
see a
dad.
I did see a 2-second cameo of one of our favorite females in all of existence.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
A great example of who we are.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I thought I had the. I don't have the article. Okay, we're gonna have to wing this one. I don't have the article. So I guess from my understanding, Warner Brothers has completely given up on Aquaman. They have decided to not
That's what it
put
looks
any more
like.
money. Yeah, any more money in the marketing for it. It's gone through a ton of different reshoots. At first, they were gonna have Ben Affleck back as Batman, and then they removed it. So this movie is costing them money, like real money, and they have decided to kind of throw it out there in theaters, but no more marketing for it. I mean, it's really hard to do the marketing right now without the actors being able to talk about it, right? With the striking going on. Who has a puppy that's barking? Somebody
Oh,
have a
that's
puppy?
probably my neighbor's dog.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I can't
It's
do anything
okay.
about that.
It took my dogs, in my headphones, my dog is just
I know
right here. It's just like,
That's why
what
I'm
is
like,
going
"That's my
on?
dog."
And they're like, that dog is really far away. It's not like they're outside of the window or anything, but that's just how loud this dog is.
That dog
She
is probably
drives me
complaining
crazy.
about Aquaman as well.
Yes.
So Warner Brothers is just going to throw this movie out there, see what they can kind of recover from it. I will say, watching the trailer, it doesn't look terrible, but I know it's going to be a horrible movie. Like the trailers can clean it up, but I did notice too, a little bit of turd in it, and Nicole Kidman is basically a lot of Nicole Kidman. So I'm assuming what originally was going to be Amber Heard's like cameos in it, they're like, oh, we still need kind of a female empowerment in this, so let's throw Nicole Kidman in it. And question I had right away was, in the opening of this trailer, Aquaman goes, I'm a husband and a father, and he's got a kid. And this whole time I'm thinking, and obviously I know the answer is Amber Heard's character, but I'm like, who the hell's the baby mama? Where is she in this?
Yeah.
Where is she on this thing? But yes, I am not very excited to see it. I am not one of those. Is Jason Momoa on your circle of men, Lily?
I mean, he's attractive. That's the reason why I went to go watch the first Aquaman in the
Okay.
first place. But yeah, he's not my. No.
I'm gonna be a basic girl, a basic white girl in this one, because I'm in it for Patrick Wilson. I don't know, he just does it for me sometimes.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
really cute. Yeah.
Yes, he's really cute, really cute. Yes, Cannoli Sasquatch. I saw your
Yeah.
tweet earlier. The trailer was painful. It was.
It's
It
because
was.
in the big picture, it's not gonna matter. They're rebooting
It's
the
not.
whole universe, so who cares anymore?
I don't understand. Gunn is supposed to be this smart person, but I guess he's not. Let me tell you how I would do it. Okay. If WB goes, Nadia, I want you to run DC, and we currently have Aquaman, Blue Beetle, what was the other one? Flash, still in the pipeline. I would go, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to continue as normal. We're going to continue to market these movies as if there's a DCU. We're going to put money into them. We'll put some money into reshoots. We're going to make them good movies. And then once Aquaman ends, we're going to go, guess what? We're going to completely reboot the DC. These characters have had their run, and we're going to start from now. Because every time this man opens his mouth on any podcast he goes, this movie is going to be the best movie you have ever seen. It is the ideal superhero movie. He said this about Flash. He said this about Blue Beetle. I'm sure he's going to say this about, he can't because with the strike. But I would totally just like let these movies ride, or even do one more complete movie with the top three with Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. Stick with Cavill so you don't piss off the fans. Let them have a complete story, and then say, hey, guess what? We're going to totally reboot it, because Gunn likes really his D-list characters, and that's what he's rebooting the DC. And I think this thing is dead in the water already.
Mm-hmm. Dead on arrival. Yeah.
Dead on arrival. Thoughts, panel.
It's almost like this is everything ever since Gunn's announcements in the fall about his 10-year plan or whatever. It seems like every movie released after that period of time in which he announced that seems like it's a moot point. Like it's a moot point to even consider, because remember, some of these movies are still under Hamada, so they're still under that kind of regime. So it's kind of like processing it out, kind of like that sort of stuff. However, that they still have to release it because they still need to make money. A lot of these things have had a heavy amount of reshoots in it, and whether they are going to lose money or not, they still need to make some kind of money back. So they're going to have to release it because of interests and all this other stuff going on. So these movies that have been released this year, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and this movie are kind of like afterthoughts. It's like they're just kind of like putting it out there because they have to. And when I was watching this movie, or at least the movie trailer, from what I could tell, it's so heavily CGI'd I'm getting really sick and tired of the CGI. So much CGI everywhere, and I'm just like, yes, it looks really pretty, but so was Avatar, and that's even heavily CGI'd. Can we go back to basics, please, and have
like
lower budgets and everything else, and something like that has not just, it doesn't need to be heavily grounded, but yeah, it doesn't need to be heavily grounded, but at least something like. Even though I wasn't able to talk about the subject, but at least with One Piece, it felt grounded, but it still held on to the anime aesthetic to respect it. And whereas with this sort of stuff, it's like they're just all over the place with this stuff, and it's just, I don't know. Yeah, it looks pretty and it looks amazing. And yes, my cat's trying to grab my attention right here, and being sweet and cute. But yes, it's just. I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm starting to feel the fatigue of all of these. I mean, we have 3 superhero just from DC: Flash, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman in 1 year. And then we have on the other side Marvel of Guardians of the Galaxy. Then we have the Marvels, and then we have other movies. I'm like, I'm getting really sick and tired of superheroes.
It's the superhero fatigue.
I agree with you, Max.
Yeah.
When I rewatched Blade, it was very, I mean, there's a little bit of CGI in it, obviously, because when the vampires like they burst in CGI. But it's all practical effects. It was all wire work. It was an enjoyable movie. It was refreshing not to have to watch CGI, a movie that is 90% CGI. That's why I like the D&D movie, and I know I know I grift for this movie, but that's why I liked it, because they filmed on location. They used practical and special effects where they could, minimal CGI, and it was refreshing that you don't have to sit there and most of the time the actor's in front of a green screen. Like, I personally can't stand Avatar. I don't like it. Never liked it. I think it's Fern Gully grown up. That's it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Dances with wolves, but in space.
Yes.
Nadia, you're so lucky that Nomi is between us right now. Just
Why, you liked Avatar?
I love Avatar.
Nomi, get out of there. You're gonna get hurt.
I'm gonna judge your men and now judge your movie taste.
I know. Oh my gosh.
I couldn't get into it. The whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, I know this freaking story's Fern Gully. This is not original.
It's basically modern day Pocahontas.
Thank you.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's great.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's fine.
It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. Everybody can have their pros and cons about things. It's okay.
It was like 5 million hours long, and I still went to go watch it a couple of times at the movies.
The first time I saw it was in theaters, and it was right after a wedding that I was a bridesmaid in, and I fell asleep in the movie.
No.
I didn't even bother seeing the second one because I knew I was gonna hate watch it the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, I would gladly see the second one because since then I've obviously seen the first one. But yeah, it's not like, oh my gosh, I have to be
Nomi.
Now Nomi's going.
No.
You guys look normal to me.
She's like,
I'm glad it's not me this time. That's
I know.
I'm on
it's just hopping around. Magsy
so
gave it to Nomi.
Sorry.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me?
now we can hear you too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
You kind of got pixelated there too, Nami.
Yeah,
so
it's okay.
Like I said, I've had this MacBook since 2009, and it wasn't working when I was gonna jump on with you girls earlier. So your girl's a little outdated on her stuff.
It's so funny that you mentioned. So you're mentioning this current year's D&D movie, right, Nadia?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that too, and I liked the practicalness with the added other effects to it, but it didn't take me out of the experience. I felt very immersed in it. When I see the Aquaman 2 trailer, I just feel like it is so heavily CGI'd. I'm like, obviously this world is not real, but at the same time, at least like movies like Lord of the Rings, D&D, and other types of movies that are like that try to have that good blend of practical effects and CGI. and they help you bring yourself into that world to feel like it's lived in, and you're living in it too. With the Aquaman trailer, I'm like, man, this is fake. It's like, this is not real at all. I mean, I know it's not, but it's like, this is not putting me in the space.
You know
I
what?
agree with you,
Comparing the Aquaman effects to Avatar, I think that's why I respect it a little bit more, because they actually invent technology to make everything look as realistic as possible. I think this Avatar, the second one that they made, they actually had to create their own program to make the water and everything look as realistic as possible, that they like patented their own technology. Like they just keep inventing things. And I think when Avatar, the first one, came out, they had to do the same thing, because James Cameron wants it to look a certain way. He wants certain elements in it, and if it doesn't exist, he invents them. And I guess he's like studies like marine biology, I'm not really sure, but he spent like a lot of time researching things like that. So I can respect that part of it. That's why I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, he did like really good. And then everything looked, to me, it looks like, yeah, if you're gonna go to like a fantasy planet where there's like people that are like living on on
that makes
islands
sense.
and beaches and forests. So that's why I like it, because he's putting thought into it. Whereas like in Aquaman, it's just CGI just to be CGI, just to be there. It's like whatever.
I would love for movies to go back to where it was 70% practical effects, and then 70 to 80% practical effects and real sets, and then 20 to 30% CGI when needed. Like when it's needed, I completely understand. But if we go back and look at the 80s, the 90s, and early 2000s, and like your movie Gladiator and stuff, practical effects, real sets, real things, it makes a difference when you're watching a movie. You're able to, in a sense, get more immersed into it because it feels real. Where not Avatar, but look at Aquaman this past year. Look how horrible that was. Quantum craziness, whatever it was called.
Ant-Man in the Quantum Realm or Quantum Mania.
I didn't even
like
watch
that.
it.
Yeah, but I did when it streamed, and it was
there it is.
Yeah.
I was like, I know what those. I was like, I think I know the name, but it's like quantum.
But yeah, that's my personal opinion. I think movies should go back to being more realistic in a sense, even though it's fictional storytelling. But Mags, you brought up a good point. I mean, look at Lord of the Rings. Look how well it holds up to this day. That's a movie I can rewatch 100 times.
Perfect blend of all of those things.
Yeah, and it holds up. I mean, the CGI is a little wonky, but it still holds up because majority of it is real sets, real costumes, real practical effects, and you're immersed in it, so that the little bit of CGI that is shown, it's not a big deal. Like, it doesn't take you out of the storytelling. That's how I felt with Blade. Blade is great because it had the little bit of CGI. Does it hold up? Maybe not. But the story is so immersed that it's almost like your brain forgives it, and you're still involved in the storytelling.
Right. Right. So I don't know.
Awkward
Is
silence.
anybody gonna watch this film?
No.
I'll stream.
Well,
I'll stream it.
I don't want to support who, so I'm gonna
Amber Turd.
not watch it. Yeah.
You can call her Amber Turd. It's okay.
Yeah,
I'll probably watch it like during streaming, because I did enjoy the first one. I know a lot of people had like problems with it, and they were like, it wasn't that great. But sometimes like I don't know. Sometimes with some movies, I'll give them a pass if I was entertained. I'm like, okay, it wasn't like
that's how I felt about The Flash.
But
that's how I felt about The Flash. Okay,
it's because The Flash, like, to me, it felt really long. That's why I didn't really like it. Like I said, I like the parts with his mom.
Yeah, and with me losing mine, it was a connection thing, and I was entertained. Is it a good movie? No, but I was entertained, and I could care less if Ezra Miller could. I don't like him. I don't support him.
If it wasn't for a one Amber, I probably would have watched it and given it a chance.
Yeah. Have you, not to be off topic, but have any of you seen the Amber Heard Johnny Depp documentary on Netflix, The Trial?
I want to watch it.
I want to watch it too.
I started it.
Oh my gosh. You know what?
A lot of familiar faces.
Yes, and let me tell you,
in that documentary,
they got upset because they didn't get credited for it either.
Yeah.
Oh, right. A lot of content creators. Yeah. They stole a bunch of
Yeah.
people's
No wonder I
stuff.
was so confused when they were like retweeting all of that stuff, that they were like, oh, it would be great if you gave like content creators their credits. And I was like, what's happening? I don't know what's going on. Like Law Twitter was going crazy. And I was like, what? I don't understand, until I saw like the little preview for it and I started watching like the first couple of minutes. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I think I get it now. Yeah, they didn't give them
I
any
want to watch
credit.
it, but at the same time, I was heavily involved with the trial when it was happening. Like it was
So was I.
yeah, it was my guilty pleasure to kind of see what the next TikTok was talking about. You know, the whole psyops of Amber Heard copying Johnny Depp's wardrobe, and like
I was giving a
mind-
play-by-play on Twitter.
yeah, mind games she was playing. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I don't think she's that clever, guys.
That reminds me, you know how during the trial she had said that they had cut out a lot of scenes in Aquaman because of all of this happening? Well, there was an article
Mhm.
that,
Where she
who
was
was it, the
losing
director,
money.
the writer, somebody, that he came out and said no, that they didn't cut her out, that from the very beginning he meant to make the first one a romance movie and the second one was supposed to be a bromance. That's why
Like
he's
a
working
buddy-
together with his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah,
he's like, no, like without saying it directly, he kind of just like dismissed all of her claims that because of Johnny, she missed out on being in this movie more. So basically the director, whoever came out and said, no, we wrote it this way, she's lying, without having to say that.
Oh yeah.
She's not a good actress. Can you name any role she's ever had that anybody's been really impressed with her in it?
The only time I've ever heard of
Nope.
her has been from Aquaman. That's it.
Me too. I didn't know who she
Mhm.
was before that.
She was in a movie called Never Back Down. It's about like this guy who was aspiring like
super
UFC
old,
fighter.
though.
Yeah. And then she was also in Zombieland. She was the first girl that came to the apartment of Jesse's,
Right.
Yeah. She was the
Ah.
infected one. She's like, "Can I stay here tonight?"
So it
And
was
then
just
he,
like little, wow. Yeah, I don't even remember her in that. And I
Yeah.
like that movie.
because that's how bad of an actress she is, because she's not that impactful in her career or in her skills. So they give her a
she
little
married
rose
Johnny
of fossil.
as a step up. She married Johnny.
Oh, definitely.
100%.
Mhm.
Oh
I was
yeah.
just-
That was a
Mhm.
social ladder climb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, all of her
Mm-hmm.
little fan base is gonna come after us. Be prepared, ladies.
I
I'm ready.
know.
I'm
Bring
so
them
ready
on.
for it. I'm so ready for it
Okay.
because last year I was doing a play-by-play of the entire trial, especially because I was waiting for her to be on on the stand and everything. And man, I was just like ripping a new one into her every single time she said something. So come at me.
All right, so everybody hear it now. Don't come at the rest of us. Go after Matt.
Matt said she's ready.
He's the one that's ready to fight. Okay, I don't put up with it. I just go, all right. I mean, I got death threats over my comments over the Witcher poster when it was announced for season 3. I was like,
Oh my gosh,
okay.
really? Wow.
Or-
Yeah,
because
these people are.
because I called Yennefer and Ciri side characters. I said they took because they had them like blown up and then him super small. I'm like, look, the main character is like not even the main focus of his poster, and they're like, no, Ciri's the main character. Go kill yourself. I'm like, it's called The Witcher, folks. The Witcher. I mean, I
He's
understand
supposed to
she
be the main
becomes
character.
yeah, I understand she becomes a Witcher down the line, but if you've read the books or played the games, from my understanding, her and Yennefer come way down the storyline. There's a ton of information this way, folks, of just him as the Witcher. Like, yeah. So anyway, I digress. Okay. Anything else we want to say about Aquaman? Is he
No.
Ken enough?
Ma'am. Just kidding.
Is he Ken enough for you?
Hmm. I can feel the
Aquaman.
Kenergy. I can feel the Kenergy in there.
I like Jason Momoa.
He's so like chaotic in real life. It's funny.
Yeah.
He seems like a very sweet individual. He seems very down to earth. Not my cup of tea. Again, I would go watch it for Patrick Wilson, but I'm
Mhm.
basic.
Oh, I think it was Mags that said it, or Dr. Rachel. Somebody said it in the chat. I think it was Dr. Rachel, that when he was Khal Drogo, right?
Yes.
That's like
Yeah.
peak Jason
Yep.
Momoa.
I
Oh,
like
definitely.
Jason Momoa. I like his chaotic energy in interviews and stuff, but
Look at her smile.
I don't
Big
know.
smile.
I know. Look at Rachel.
I love that. I love that.
Jet better be watching.
No.
Why?
Like everyone, like whenever I like watch actors and actresses do interviews, they're like very stoic or like they're trying to be polite, and then this guy's just like throwing like fucking
He's
tridents and
crazy.
Jimmy Kimmel or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I appreciate that, but as much as I like that chaotic energy, I'm just like, I liked him as Khal Drogo, and then I don't really care about anything else. I saw the first Aquaman; it was very meh, and like all of you were saying, this trailer for Aquaman 2 is so CGI heavy. Like at that point, I can't even tell if like just the faces of the actors are real anymore. It's like if it's so that heavily CGI, just do an animated movie, you know?
Exactly.
At that point,
Hello.
I don't get why you'd want to do live action when like less than 10% of it is actual practical effects to real people.
And DC really actually does really good
I
animation movies.
agree.
Like their
Yeah.
animation movies are
Yes.
pretty good. So like
Oh,
just,
like, well, don't they own DreamWorks?
I think so maybe.
Yeah.
But they have a ton of them on Max. I mean, I like all the Hellblazer ones with John Constantine and stuff. They have some pretty good ones. But I agree with you, Rachel. They should just if they're going to do something CGI heavy where it's like 90% CGI, just do it as an animation.
Agreed.
I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot. It's completely bypassed me. Something about Jason Momoa. I can't think. Oh, he's in the latest Fast and Furious too. He's a little chunky.
Isn't he like the villain or something?
He's
yeah.
got a dad bod.
Yeah, he's got and like a bun
Man
that he
bun.
wears, a man bun and stuff like that.
Well, he is
Yeah.
a dad in real life.
Is he now?
Yeah, he has like 4 kids.
Oh, right. He's married to what kind of
Lisa
Zoe
Bonet?
Kravitz? Yeah,
Or-
Zoe Kravitz's mom. I forgot about
Past
that.
tense. Was.
Oh, right,
Married,
right.
yeah.
They divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Lily would know that.
Yes. What else?
I know that because I have a friend that's one of her rotations.
Oh,
She
okay.
loves Jason Momoa to the point that when we actually visited Hawaii, she made me ask our tour guide if she knew where he lived.
Wow.
Really? Wow. I mean, I have a T-shirt with Henry Cavill's face all over it, so I can't really say much. But
We all have
and I would do
our-
the same thing.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing.
Yeah, so that's how I know about everything about Jason Momoa because she tells me, and I'm just like, okay, she listens to me, so I will listen to her.
Speaking of men on Lily's
Radar.
carousel, before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to Inside All Day Podcast to be notified of all future Dames and Dorks episodes. Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. Do it right now. Okay, moving on. So again, another movie I have never seen, but I'm sure I'm about to get shit for. Scarface.
I haven't seen
Don't
it.
look at me with
No, it's
disappointment
okay,
in your eyes.
Nadia. I'll be on that boat with you because I haven't seen it either.
High five.
my
High
God.
five.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute since I've seen the remake of the remake of it. So that's been a while.
They
since I've
already
seen that one.
remade it?
Yeah, it was a remake
They
already.
did.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Wow.
the
When did they
remake
remake
already.
it?
So they're remaking it again. Where's
Yeah.
Samuel? He's the one that can tell us the. I saw him earlier.
Yeah, he
Where's
could have been
Kentulu?
Ken
Who was in
Kentulu.
the,
Ken Zulu.
Here we
Oh
go.
no, what's happening?
is that
Uh-oh.
Mags?
Robot.
It might have been me.
Okay.
So wait a minute, Who was in the remake?
No, I think the one with Al Pacino is the remake of an original one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was already
one I
remade,
only
so they're
know-
rebooting it again.
Okay. The only one I know is of
The Al Pacino.
Al
version.
Pacino one. Yes.
Yeah.
So I assume then there's an
Mhm.
older one. Oh, there's Cara Dune. Yay. So I guess no more Mandalorian.
Dang
and
it.
this is a portion where I cry. Just kidding.
I mean, after that season 3, woof.
Yeah.
Do you really
Yeah,
think there
well.
needs to be another season of Mando?
No.
No.
He didn't really
Well,
do. He really didn't do much.
I would
in
like
season
them
3.
to
It seemed like
fix
he was
it
phoning
and
in.
bring back my Mando and my chaotic baby, but I know that's not gonna happen. So
Oh wait, I got.
I mean, I would love for them to bring back my muscle mommy back, but I can only dream.
yeah.
Yep.
Here you go.
Oh,
There
there's
he
my
is.
baby.
There you go. You can have him.
Oh, my little baby. My chaotic child.
Yeah, so he can sit right here. I'll lower way.
Yeah. So I guess this
There
is
he
like
is.
so I guess it's like Scarface / The Crow that's getting rebooted.
Yes. So
Yes,
The Crow
yeah.
is also getting rebooted. Another movie I've not
Mhm.
seen, and I
And
echoes.
another
I've not seen this
actor
one
that
either,
I think
Nadia.
is cute.
Well, I know I should see it because it actually sounds like my cup of tea. I just
Nadia.
never.
Oh my
I listen, and I was on Salty. They gave me shit about it, and I was like, oh, I'll read the graphic novel and I'll watch it. And it's like, oh, I'll have to buy it. And my husband goes, we already own the graphic novel, so it is on my desk to read this weekend. I will
Shame.
read it.
Me and Dr. Rachel are gonna shame you. Shame.
Shame? Shame?
Yes. Shame.
I will watch
Shame.
it, but again, everybody hyped up Gladiator for me. And again, it was a good movie, but I would not rewatch it. I'm worried that everybody's will overhype The Crow for me, and it will be the same feeling. Like,
Oh,
it was an
boy.
okay movie.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't see it as an adolescent. My sister loved it. The Crow and Hot Topic were two things that I can say about my sister growing up.
Yep.
Because it's a great movie. No, that one really is good. I mean, so is Gladiator, but
Is it a romance novel? Is it a romance? Is it a revenge story? What is it?
it's a revenge story. It's like romantic, but it's also got like revenge in there. I mean, we're not gonna spoil it for you. You have to watch it.
And it has Brandon Lee in it, right?
You have to
So-
watch it.
Yeah.
I gotta jump in there. The Crow is my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, see, now there's more pressure on it that I gotta like
Yep.
it.
You don't.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't have to
That's why
like
I'm
it. I know
shame.
plenty of people.
Just kidding.
I know plenty of
Okay.
people that don't like it or think it's like meh, and that's fine. But it is my favorite movie of all time. Love Brandon
so
Lee. That would be my movie crush. That'd be my actor crush.
Okay.
But yeah,
The-
it's just
The makeup
it's
reminds
such a
me of
fantastic
Kiss.
movie.
The makeup reminds me of the Kiss band.
A bit, yeah. Like
Yeah.
the story goes like that. His character was in a rock band, and I think it's like he just wanted to sort of disguise himself a little bit, and he saw this mask. I think he scared his girlfriend with it once, at least according to the movie. I don't know too much of the lore behind it because I think it's based on a comic book.
Yeah, I have the graphic.
Don't
Yeah.
quote me on- Yep, the graphic novel. But yeah, so it is a fantastic tale, and I think just like the acting choices were perfect. The story was amazing. The music is phenomenal. So I am pissed off that they're doing a remake. I'm so mad.
Really?
I'm so mad. I do not want this remake. I hope it gets dropped.
Because
Are
it
there
doesn't need
don't like
one.
it.
It doesn't
Are-
need one. It's
It
already
does
perfect.
not.
Come on, baby.
It's
It
one
is.
of those movies that like you make it once and then you leave it alone. Don't touch it.
Yep.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
I love Bill Skarsgård. He's an amazing actor.
Oh,
He's
right,
another one
he's
of my
great.
favorites.
Yeah.
He's amazing. But I agree with Dr. Rachel. There's no need for this. There's no need for them to reboot it. It's perfect. What can you possibly add to the story without messing it up? It was already
Bill-
like perfect before.
Bill Skarsgård has already done a remake where he wore clown makeup. He doesn't need to do another one.
I like these.
All right.
That was a great remake, by the way.
That one remake.
Isn't there? What do you think of the sequels? Aren't there sequels to it and a TV show?
The Crow?
Yeah, from my understanding, there are sequels and a TV show.
I haven't seen the TV show. The sequel, not good.
Okay.
I like the second part because I thought that Vincent, I forget his name. He did a really great job of it too, and they changed the story around that they didn't just like carbon copy the story of the first one. So in the first one, it's about like him and his wife or his soon-to-be wife, and in the second one, it's actually about him and his son. So they changed the story around a little bit. And it's like, it has like Iggy Pop in it. It has like the music's really good in it too. I would never say that it's better than the first one, but the second one actually like did a pretty good job of it too. I think there's like a third part or whatever else that came afterwards was like really dumb, and I didn't watch any of it.
I didn't either.
Yeah. But the first one is like superior. That's why I agree with like Dr. Rachel. I'm like, no, it didn't need a sequel. I don't know what they're gonna do with it.
Now, the Salty Men told me to wait to watch it for October. It's more of it would be a good way to kick off Halloween season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then for Scarface, sorry, because we didn't really like get to talk about it.
All right, let's go back to Scarface. Sorry.
So basically, I saw this the other day and like on Instagram, like the people that report all the news and stuff, that I guess they're working on the reboot, and I believe them that this might actually be a rumor, because the rumor is that Pedro's actually going to be playing Al Pacino's character, so he's playing Tony. And there's a rumor that Oscar Isaac is actually going to be playing Manolo. So I kind of believe it, because they asked Oscar in another interview if there was any chance that we would be getting a project where him and Pedro work together. And Oscar was kind of like he's like, yes, we're working on something, but like he didn't say what it was. So I'm guessing that it's that.
Is he another guy? Another one? Oscar Isaac?
Back during the sequel era.
Yeah.
Star Wars. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
He aged out for you? You Leonardo DiCaprio him?
No, he's actually younger than Pedro. I think Pedro's like the oldest one.
Listen, I like Pedro Pascal. I liked The Last of Us. I get it. I completely get it. He's a little bit weird. He's a little weird.
Yeah.
He's a little weird. Just a little bit. I get it.
But we're attracted to weird.
Yeah, we attract weird sometimes. I don't know.
It's true.
I mean, yeah.
He's another one that's like really chaotic in interviews. I like his energy during interviews too. He's like all over the place. He's a mess.
Have you ever seen is it Narcos on Netflix?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I watched like half of the first season. I think I'm almost through it. And he's in it in the scene where he's like putting on his jeans in like the first 2 episodes, and you get to see almost everything. I was like, whoa, excuse me. Sir, please put that away. I don't need this. I'm married.
Oh my god.
So you see what Lily sees then, right?
Yeah. I mean, I understand it. I see the appeal. Would I jump on that tamale? Probably not. But I get it. It's all right. I'm married. Know me. I have to have.
I just thought that was funny to say.
Oh my gosh! Whatever. She like loves Henry Cavill. I'm like,
that's my hall pass. That's my hall pass. Why do you think I'm trying to learn Warhammer? I'm really trying to learn Warhammer. So I'd be like, oh, you play Warhammer? So do I.
Oh, but hobbies that we're into.
Wow.
The chat, like half the guys in the chat are like, all right, we're out.
The guys are like, all right, this got weird. We're leaving now.
And
sorry.
Here's my husband.
And sometimes sometimes the chaotic guys are also dorky too, because they're so passionate about something.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh.
Yeah. Guys, Ryan Gosling is super chaotic in interviews. Super chaotic.
So should I see Scarface as well? The one with Al Pacino?
I would watch it, yeah. I think that one's like a little bit on the longer side, and it is a little bit slow paced. So that is a movie that I would agree that you could watch once and then just say you've watched it and maybe not come back to it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Jazzed up on cocaine.
But it's good. Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Shall we move on? Or do you still want to discuss a little bit more of Scarface?
I think
everybody's cool. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right. Next one. Drew Barrymore. So I know I have this pulled up because this was interesting. So while the strikes are first, I want to say one thing about the strikes. I don't want anybody to lose their home. I don't want anybody to lose their livelihood. I really feel for the people who work behind the scenes, the camera guys, the grafters, makeup artists. I feel for these people and some of the writers. But when you attack your fans for so long, some of this backlash is going to come. But I feel for these people. I really do, because I worked in the industry. I have friends in the industry. I feel for these people. I don't want anybody to ever become homeless. That being said, this leads into this topic of the backlash over Drew Barrymore. She's resuming her talk show. So from my understanding, she's resuming it to also give jobs back to their cameramen, the behind the scenes people. But people are calling her is it scab? A scab when where they cross over the picket line, because she should be on strike for it, because she's not bringing back any of her writers. Obviously, they're all on strike. And I'm really surprised by this, because one, who the hell is she going to interview? No celebrity is going to want to come on her show, because they're going to be blacklisted with her. And and so she's going to interview what, TikTok stars and like YouTubers, and then like what Ellen used to do, like normal people who would have like extraordinary stories. Like she's already like getting a ton of backlash from the acting and writing community. So what are your thoughts? Scabs cross the picket line. Thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk. Thank you. That's a mouthful. Scab. Thoughts. Don't go all at once, ladies.
It's just interesting, because I never really watched the Drew Barrymore show. She did have that whole stunt incident with the Dylan Mulvaney, that whole sequence of things that happened, being on the floor and everything, and just felt so cringe. Like it made me even physically like wince over. Oh yeah, she can interview us. We would be probably better people to interview, to be quite honest.
I won't do it. Nope.
I know, for real.
Would you want to be on her show though?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
I would not.
Yeah.
No,
No,
because
exactly.
I would probably.
No.
I wouldn't either.
I probably would rip her a new one too over the Dylan Mulvaney stuff. But anyway, the thing is, when people do stuff like this, especially during a strike, again, like I'm with you, Nadia. I am with the people behind the scenes, behind the camera, doing all of the hard work and the labor behind to make sure that they all look good. And that's the one thing that they don't understand, is that they all look good because of people that back them up, and they don't really show appreciation to these people. I've worked backstage years ago, in school and such, so I understand the importance of the star being able to bring the audience and everything else, but don't ever forget the people that you work with, who actually make the magic happen. And this is not going to be so good for her, because people are going to, unions like this are very much, it's, if you go green against narrative and stuff, and you are labeled like a fake, like there's issues with you. So, I don't know. I know this is going to be interesting moving forward, because obviously they are desperate to get back to work. I mean, you already seen the late night talk show hosts try to do their own podcast together and everything.
That looks awful.
So it's
They're
all.
so cringe.
I know, and it's they can't live without their scripts. That's how unfunny they are. And people like Drew Barrymore and all of them, they're so desperate to get the work out there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they're so desperate right now for work and to get their names out there, because they need that stardom. They need to be on the camera, because that's who they are. They are attention seeking people. So excuse me, as my cat decides to grab for attention too. So there's that.
I agree with you, Mags. On one hand, I'm like, she's probably a millionaire, billionaire, right? She probably owns something, so she probably doesn't need to work.
Yeah,
to
she
be
has
honest.
her own line of like appliance
Right.
too.
Yeah, but she also wants to give the jobs
Right.
to the behind the scenes people. And I worked in Hollywood for 10 years. I used to be a special effects makeup artist. So I understand, like, people behind the scenes, like, I get it. Actors are the forefront writers, start the process, but it's those people in between that like make sure you're right, everything goes smoothly, from your 80s to your light people to your sound to your makeup, all this stuff. So I feel for those people, because most of the time those people, this is a 9 to 5, they're blue collar workers. They don't have it's what projects you're on and what, you know, seasonal jobs you have, and you're always networking and hunting for more jobs. So I completely feel for these people. But what will happen when the strikes are over and everybody's back to work? She's gonna then be labeled still a scab, and nobody still will want to work for her, with her, or be associated with her.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
She
Exactly.
just,
And it's
she's basically she's, oh, go ahead, Max.
well, it's and even what about the crew that works with her, that decides to work with her during this time? They're going to be really screwed in all of this too. So it's who I don't know what the ramifications or the ripple effect of this is, but yeah, it's kind of who knows what's going to happen, and whether they get her back, you know, if she comes back in her good graces. But yeah, it's, as Chase says here, Barrymore is a Hollywood royalty going back to her grandfather. So is she going to be truly blacklisted, or are going to be certain people who try to get work off on the side be blacklisted? I don't know. You know, personally, honestly, I haven't really cared for these types of shows anyway. It's just kind of one of those things where, like, I don't understand. I don't understand the appeal, but at the same time, if people watch it, that's fine.
It's mostly like
yeah,
housewives or you know, people at home, you know, elderly people at home during those times, because these are daytime talk shows.
Yeah, and
right.
it to me, I mean, I never watched it growing up, any of those type of shows, but I just see those as like background noise if you're washing your dishes or cleaning around the house. Like, it's just distracting you from whatever. But when it came to those shows, like especially late night shows, I would only watch it if it's a particular art, like band artist, musicianal artist that I follow and I like. I'd watch the show because I only want to watch that one, like 5-minute song, and that's it. It's nothing really important to me.
Dr. Rachel, do you want to give a little bit of light on this? You were saying about her seeking.
Yeah, it's one of those things of like what everyone has been saying, just trying to mesh it all together. How like she is, you know, Hollywood royalty. She's not going to lose work over this. I really don't think so. And I have respect for trying to give work back to the people who are being hit hardest during the strike, who are looking for work, who are struggling, you know, the behind the scenes crew. But at the same time, those who are going to go back to work during the strike are probably going to be hit hardest. So they're probably going to be the ones who are blacklisted because they decided to work during the strike rather than Drew. She can find new work. She can keep doing her show. She can, I don't know, start selling. What hasn't she already started selling?
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Food products, perfumes, clothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like you said, it's going to hit hardest for the people who are continuing to work for her. They'll be okay for now if, you know, the show continues forward and it's doing okay. Whoever the heck she decides to interview, probably content creators and, you know, smaller like YouTube stars and TikTokers and whatever. But in the long run, you know, other employers going to look and say, oh, well, you worked during the strike. You shouldn't have. We don't want to work with a reputation like that. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to hit the crew the hardest in the long run.
Well, I don't think the crew is affected because they're not part of the writer or actor strike. I believe they're a different type of union. Each of them are a different type of union. Okay. So, like for instance, when I was doing makeup, it's an entire different union than from what's separated from the actors and the writers. But I agree with you, though. There's still a social stigma of like, hey, you know, you're supposed to have our backs because we have your backs. Why are you working on this show? But at the same time, I'm like, if somebody's got to make money to feed their family, California is super expensive to live in. Like, and like, you can't, you know, you need that money to pay your rent. You need that money to put food on the table. I mean, I know it's a hard choice, but at the end of the day, Like who's going to take care of you? I mean, I watched a video today of some poor guy, like they have to apply for help from the strike to pay for their rent. I'm like, but that's the point of the union being there. They're supposed to be helping you guys. Why do you have to apply for stuff like this during the hardest time too?
And not only that, like it's the taxpayers that have to pay for them if they're getting unemployment and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just not fair. Like if you're in a union for a reason.
Yeah.
And
I'm so glad I didn't join the union. And
I
almost did. I almost was like getting ready to pay dues and everything. I was like, no, I'm out. No,
and it's funny that you mentioned picking back off of what Dr. Rachel said, as well as you, Nadia, social stigma. What is the greatest currency in Hollywood? Your social status, what you've done, and it's just social circles and such, who you've mingled with. That is your greatest currency. And if you go against that social grain, so to speak, even if you're not part of a union and you went along with like Drew Barrymore, for instance, that could mean a negative in your social currency. So it's kind of, you know, it's always going to be a problem or a little bit of a black spot, so to speak, in the book. So who knows?
Lily, I agree with you, Mags. Lily, I have to call you out. Is that pumpkin spice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. It's all right.
The
All right.
pumpkin spice cream cold brew.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
I agree with you, Mags. I was listening to you 100% with you. Hollywood is based solely on, in a sense, like a social credit, right? But that works it works in favor for A-listers, maybe even B-listers. But what about actors who like are side extras who make their money being extras, but now they don't have multi-million-dollar like makeup deals and appliance deals to rely on during these times. They have to go work a retail job, which, to be honest, everyone should work a retail job, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should. Maybe
I think everybody should work retail and restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd make people nicer and more patient with people because, yes, 100%.
It makes you humble. That's for sure.
Yes, it does, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And it'd make you more patient with the people. But yes, I agree with you. But yeah. But then I saw Lily drink pumpkin spice and I was like, oh, drinking.
Got distracted there.
Yeah. I was like, I want one now. But it's 6:30.
It's starting to get a little cooler over here too, so it's like I'm thinking about those drinks.
I want some caffeine, but no, it's all right. That cold brew is pretty tasty. Yes, I'm honing in on the pumpkin spice. We're totally off topic on this episode, which I'm totally cool with. I'm fine.
It's bound to happen.
What do you guys want to talk about? So, anything else on Drew Barrymore? She's a scab. So, but anything else?
I agree with you guys.
Lily's like,
Lily's like, we already talked about Pedro. I'm out. All right, for the next 20 minutes. We don't need to talk about anything else. I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
Two very enthusiastic thumbs up for all of you.
Okay.
I agree, Mando, in the chat. Getting off topic is part of the fun. I absolutely agree.
Absolutely. We bring chaotic Barbie energy. So there you go.
Yes, we're chaos Barbies.
Yeah.
Chaos
Barbies everywhere.
All our Barbie clues should be leading into what the next episode will be like.
It's not just a dream house. It's like a fun house up in here.
We might have a special guest next episode.
Ooh.
We gotta see if our special.
Do you guys have your tickets? Are you guys all gonna go watch it again?
Yeah,
I haven't yet.
Weird Barbies. That's what my husband called us.
Oh no, we're not weird Barbies.
I bought two.
Just kidding.
Let me tell you this issue I'm having. I bought 2 tickets because I'm like, I'm not going by myself. It's not happening. I was like, Chris, you're going with me. He's like, no. I'm like, you are going with me, sir. I'm not going to the theater by myself. That's weird. All right. Sorry, it's weird. I'm not going by myself. He's like, no.
So you calling me?
So I had
Are you
to-
calling me out, Nadia? Because I'm
Yes, I am. If you're going to theaters by yourself, you're weird. Okay.
Oh, I guess I'm
there's
weird.
There's nothing wrong with
I'm
going
weird
to the movie
too.
theaters by yourself.
Yes, it is. It's
No, it's
weird.
not. I go to the theaters by myself.
Know me, you've got
Don't
other
be weird.
issues.
Other issues.
You've got other issues. You haven't seen movies.
Wow.
You know, you're right. I haven't seen a lot of movies, but yeah,
Chris
no,
said
that's-
he
Well,
said
go
he
ahead.
already did the tour of duty once. He's not going to do it again.
you
So
need to
he has-
serve your country, Chris.
And I offered. I was like, "We'll get the big pretzel you like.
Ooh.
You can put your headphones in, listen to something. You could play on your Switch with the black. Like, just come with me. So I'm not sitting there by myself. I feel weird just sitting there by myself. So I can't react to anybody. What am I gonna do? React to I'll scare the old lady probably sitting next to me.
oh
so-
no, I just own it. I just own it. Like if you're gonna laugh.
Nah, man. Nah.
Oh,
My parents beat that out of me when I was younger. That doesn't happen. But I was fortunate enough to ask Miss Jude of the Salty Podcast to join me. So Jude will be joining me. We're actually going to dress up in pink and go.
Oh,
So
cool.
she will be joining me to go see it.
Yay! Take pictures. I want to see pictures.
Yes, I'm
Nomi and
excited to
I.
get my Barbie on. Nomi and you are going to go see it. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna dress up again and go watch it.
Dr. Reach, are you taking Jeb to go?
I will try. I don't know if I can convince him to go with me.
Has he
but-
seen it yet?
But I will try. No, he hasn't.
Tell him he has to if he has to, if he's gonna have an opinion. Go like this. You're gonna have an opinion on it. You gotta watch it. You can't watch review
I don't-
videos on it. You gotta watch it.
I don't think he cares to have an opinion on it. I've subjected him to all of my opinions on it, and I have quite a lot of opinions on that movie.
Just go. Hey,
I feel
we're gonna go
bad
see
talking
Mission
him to it.
Impossible: Dead Reckoning, and then psych.
then go to
we're gonna go
Barbie.
see Barbie.
I already told
I'll be
Nomi,
like-
I'm like, we're gonna get drinks while we watch this movie because I am there for Ken.
You have to almost. yeah.
So I'm
I
just
will
gonna get
sneak
a
in
drink.
drinks
Well,
too.
And
Oh, yeah.
Lily, you're gonna
Speaking
be
of
working
sneaking
on
drinks,
our
Ken makes it.
special guest, potentially our Ken showing up. We're not gonna tell
Yeah.
who yet.
Mhm.
We want it to be a surprise. But we might have a Ken as our first
Yes,
guest.
we're gonna have
Yes.
our Ken here.
Yes, and everybody will be in theme, so we'll figure it out. But Barbie is going to be the next episode. We're going to be Barbie full, everything
Oh, we
Barbie.
each got to have our own kind of
Barbie-tastic.
Barbie then.
Yes, we'll talk
Yes.
offline. What we're gonna figure out.
It's
Okay.
gonna be fun.
Do we want to talk? I'll pick one more topic, and then we'll. Do we want to talk about girl dinner or girl math?
I think we can kind of go with both, no? Because it kind of goes
Okay.
together.
Yeah.
We'll talk first about girl dinner.
I was
Girl
talking to this.
dinner.
Oh my gosh, I've seen all those TikToks. They're so
Yes.
funny.
I'm not gonna lie, I hate the song, but I do
The-
partake in girl dinner.
What is girl dinner? All about snacky TikTok. You know, when this first came out, I was like, this is a charcuterie board, guys. Just a poor man's charcuterie. It's just random snacks that you find and you put together. Or I like this one, medieval peasant.
Before we continue,
Mhm.
single men in the chat, take notes because if you're wanting to pursue a girl and she wants to do or she's into girl dinner, surprise her with a girl dinner. So that's just like what I wanted to
Surprise her
like,
with a medieval peasant's dinner. Yeah.
yes, that will make our
Great dating
day.
advice, Nomi.
Yes,
Great dating.
yes.
It is true.
Minimal effort meal trend labeled girl dinner. And when I told Chris about this, he's like, is this true? I'm like, yeah. Before we had to cook for anybody, why would we like make a 5-course meal for ourselves? We would literally just snack on things around, like pickles, some lunch meat. I had a ton of salad in college, like stuff like that. Why would I take the effort to boil water, pasta, make sauces and stuff? Then when I met my husband, granted, I also was like 80 pounds lighter too. Then when I met my husband and we're dating, of course, I show my love through cooking. So I want to cook meals. I'm not going to feed you girl dinner. I'm not going to be like, here's a bag of chips and some guac and some nuts and call it an evening and a cheese stick. You're done, sir. Like you want to impress them. So anybody else had a medieval peasant dinner as a single lady? Lily?
No, I'm that weird. I'm that weird one that you talk about. That why would I make a full course meal? And I do that for me.
I am actually kind of like half and half. So I do a full course meal and then I do snack dinners as well because I have a bad habit of I'm an ingredient household person, so I have to have everything to make this 5-course dinner, whatever I'm making. But if I don't have it, I will go to the store. So I will use girl dinner as a snack because without a doubt, if I go to the grocery store hungry, I'm going to buy everything and I'm going to eat everything while shopping. So I just do snack dinner to curb my hunger, to satisfy me. Balance.
So it's like custom TV dinners that we have, in a sense. I like this. So I make TV dinners.
Nice.
That's what men do. Men will microwave shit. That's the thing. Men will be like, all right, I'm going to microwave a Hungry Man's Jack meal, whatever, with 800% sodium intake in one meal. I'm
and
really
like
fine.
800 calories.
And like the driest brownie you could ever eat. Yeah. Like, it's fine. I would rather have girl dinner than that.
gain weight either.
And never gain weight either.
I know.
Holy yes.
Nonsense.
Not fair.
And we do custom.
I eat a celery stick and I gain like 10 pounds.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm brought up Middle Eastern, so we eat a lot of our meals tend to be not like 1-course meals. We tend to have like hummus, baba ganoush, like things you grab with pitas and you like dip and eat and stuff. So I think that's where my girl dinner trend would go from. But it also was because I was a poor college student and I would just eat whatever I had on hand and just call it dinner. So I don't know why this is a trend, but I do like the song.
I don't like the song. I think the song
girl
is
dinner, girl dinner, girl dinner.
No. Straight up don't like it. But it's for it's just not for me, but I know a lot of girls like it.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I will say
I was watching another that's where I kind of found all this. I didn't know what was going on. I don't have a TikTok. So one of my favorite YouTubers actually did a video where he was finding like different recipes on TikTok of girl dinners and he was actually making them and then rating them.
That's hilarious.
So he's like, all right, we're going to like go ahead and make these today. And then we're going to like see what this is all about. And it's actually a really funny video too. Cause a lot of them, he's like, I don't know about this. This is like really gross. And then he'll like take a bite out of it. And he's like, okay, I stand corrected. This is actually pretty good. I'm like,
hate it until you try it.
Pickles and peanut butter, my friend. Pickles and peanut butter. Take a spear pickle, smear some peanut butter on it. Perfect.
That actually sounds like that. Actually would eat that.
Yeah, it's really good. Don't knock it till you try
it. It's sweet, salty, and sour.
Yeah.
My favorite type of thing.
Savory. That's what it is. Sweet and savory. That's the key phrase for it.
Well, that was one of them. I think the very first one he made was just like shredded cheese and then let it get like really crispy and then throw like a pickle spear in the middle and then roll it up like a little flauta. And then he's like, I don't know about this. And then when he bit into it, he was like, okay, I think this is pretty good. And I was like, yeah, I can see that, the cheese with the pickle. Like,
the whitest, and I can say this because I'm half white, the whitest sandwich I've ever had as for girl dinner is white bread, Miracle Whip, a slice of American cheese and lettuce, and that's it. No meat, nothing else. That's it. And it tastes like a salad. I call it a salad sandwich.
Wow. Okay, I can. Hey,
I'm not a fan.
I was that poor. All right, I was that poor growing up. Okay,
it's okay.
I mean, poor. Hey, I always had like cinnamon and sugar at the house. I made like lazy college student, not even college student, just lazy broke girl cinnamon rolls. That's how I did it.
It's so funny because I remember in college, my favorite meal or snack or whatever late at night, because you'd be studying or working on something or whatever. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I would always have, a box of Ritz crackers and like literally block cheddar cheese, and that is literally my dinner.
Yes.
Yep.
That is
Yep.
literally my that sustained me.
If you want to get fancy, you add in a pepperoni slice.
Yes.
Oh,
The big
yeah.
one.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know,
Yep.
you know what's really good to add
way.
too, if you get like sweet pickles and you put it on top of the cheddar cheese too. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's just good. So,
Mm.
but yeah, yes, cheddar cheese, extra sharp cheddar cheese, and Ritz crackers was literally my dinner several nights.
Yep.
And I would never get
Oh,
bored of it.
same. No.
But
And
now
then
So
also-
then, so are we just having like girl dinners every time that we're just hanging out with our friends? Because that's
I
what me
guess.
and my friend eat when we're just hanging out, like the
Exactly.
crackers with the cheese and the olives and wine. Like
Yeah.
that's what we eat when we're just hanging out.
And like a
When
little
my-
bit of bread
Exactly.
for dunking sauce and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
When my best friend comes to visit me, I never cook. I always just stock up on snacks and stuff that are easy, like dips and crackers and cheese and stuff. And that's all we eat for the weekend. We just go through that. I don't have to cook anything. But I will say, since being married and being with my husband, I have to have like an actual dinner when I'm with him. I can't have a girl dinner. I actually have to have like meat potato kind of dinner going on, or I just don't. I feel like, oh yeah, this is a great snack, but I actually want food now. Feed me, please.
It's so funny because Punk Waddle says, "Isn't that a charcuterie?" I was going to say that. Like, isn't it basically
It is.
a charcuterie board?
That's why I'm
basically?
like,
Yeah.
that's just like
Appetizers and stuff. That you just
girl
kind of go to a
dinner.
bar and have a bunch of appetizers. You know, that's
A
just kind of what it is.
charcuterie. A charcuterie.
Yes,
Charcuterie.
it's just a
If you wanna
fancy
do,
way of
like,
saying it.
I love
Or
charcuterie boards.
Or a Cracker
Yeah,
Barrel.
same.
Cracker Barrel is my favorite place to go to, and that's a place that's not being open. Oh no, it is not a Cracker Barrel.
gosh,
If you want
That
to
is
be close with
the
a girl,
whitest thing you've ever said.
Yeah.
but I love Cracker Barrel. Dude, Cracker Barrel slaps.
I
Y'all
love
don't
it.
even know.
Dude, I like
Yeah.
their
It's great.
I like their fried chicken livers. I used to take my mom. My mom loved that place. I used to take, but she's from the South. She's white from the South, so that's her jam. Like we used to go there all the time. Yeah, their fried chicken livers are my jam.
No
I love them.
me.
What?
No, me. When you come out here, we'll go. We'll go
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
the Cracker
that's
Barrel.
just like
You
yeah,
guys can go to Cracker Barrel.
No, it's funny because I guess like there's, well, I don't know, I could be wrong, but my family that live in the San Diego area, they don't have a Cracker Barrel. So whenever they're coming, they come here like, we have to go to Cracker Barrel. It's like, I'm for it. Let's go.
or Waffle House. I wish
Oh,
Vegas had a Waffle House. I do not know how Vegas, out of any place in the country, doesn't have a couple Waffle Houses just hanging out. Like there's
Waffle House
24
is so chaotic. Imagine one in Vegas.
I will. Oh man, I'd be there every night at
Well,
2 a.m.
And you would be there for all the fights and
Yeah, dinner and a show.
I want to see if there's another
Dinner.
legend
Cheapest
born
dinner
at
and
another
show in
Waffle
Vegas.
House.
When I was living in Colorado, I actually met so I think he was like a manager or he was someone with a Waffle House, and he oddly enough we were at Waffle House talking because we were chatting. There's the bar, you sit down, and I asked like, hey, like, would you guys open one in Las Vegas? Because I think that'd be crazy money for y'all. And he's like, yes, it is crazy money, but we have to follow the regulations of what Las Vegas has for restaurants. And we are an open kitchen type of bar, and kitchens have to be closed off. Like no one can see anyone in the kitchen in Las Vegas. It's like, oh, I've never been told that before, but y'all are missing out. I mean, I invested in a wall.
When you come out for, if you come out for the next FNT meetup or something, Waffle House, not Waffle House, Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel's on the list.
Oh, I love Cracker Barrel.
Chris won't want to go with us, but that's okay. He doesn't like Cracker
Chris
Barrel.
can stay home. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Hi, Jana. See you in the chat. Okay, sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
but I see Chris saying sushi bars. I am all for that, Chris, and I am
love
down to go.
sushi.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Sushi.
I love sushi.
like
I'll
sushi.
go to a
Well-
sushi bar.
Yeah.
What we'll do is that if you are coming and we know a time, ahead of time, we'll actually like plan. We'll like, plan some stuff out.
Oh yeah.
Yes. All right. So girl dinner's
We're
over.
like, I like this. I like that. Let's do that.
So I don't know, girls. I think we might be hungry though.
I am getting hungry, man.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
I got a
know, now
Pokeball
I'm hungry.
downstairs.
Yep.
Girl math. These are so
Girl math
sexist.
is
I
hilarious.
love it.
Oh my
It's just, it's so stupid. So it's another TikTok thing where it's going around saying like, girl math doesn't add up. So things like if you don't get a coffee this morning, you're technically saving money, so you can splurge that money tomorrow. Or if say you're at a dinner together and your friend Venmos you their portion of the dinner, well, and you put the rest of it on your credit card, well, that's like free cash. Like it makes absolutely no sense, and to me, it makes it sound like women just can't budget or do math.
Yes.
But majority of the women I know in relationships are the financial person. They're the budget person in the relationships. Is it this new generation, this Gen Z coming out that just can't do math because they're not learning math properly or learning how to budget?
Yes.
I posted something on my Instagram earlier about that actually. That there was some girl that she came out and she was like, "Guys, do you realize that anyone born in 2023 is gonna potentially live to see the year 3000?"
Oh God.
Oh my gosh. It's so
This
It's
hurts
so-
my brain.
it's I
That-
think it stems from the fact that because I'm a millennial and I don't know who else is a millennial here, but I think our our generation is literally the true last generation that grew up with cash and checks and everything else, and knowing that there is something you have to have something in your pocket, in your wallet, in your coins or whatever to back up your credit card. And this is truly now the next generation is truly the digital generation. They have no clue practically because they can't see it visually in front of them to feel it, that when they're swiping that credit card or they're doing all this stuff, they don't understand the ramifications of what that actually looks like and means. So
Mhm.
in their head, they think this makes sense. But to us, we're just like, what? Like that.
Well,
Yeah.
And as an accountant, I'm just kind of like, no, stop it. This is not helpful.
are you one of those spicy accountants?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think you know what I'm talking about, Max.
No.
I knew
What did she just say yes to?
Yeah, what am I saying yes to, Nadia?
Because OnlyFans girls say they're accountants.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
that's their code word of like I'm an accountant. I work.
I bet those
work in finance.
OnlyFans girls don't have a TI-83 calculator from like the
I
like,
still
early-
do.
Oh my
I
god.
2000s.
For that one.
Yes. So I
Mhm.
mean, those spicy accountants can kiss my butt. So it's just-
But to your thing, Max, true. Like in high school, I was taught how to budget. Like I mean, I wish they had
Yes.
spent more time. I think schools should have spent
My
a
parents
whole
were-
semester on
my-
it, not
Yeah.
a week.
On
Right.
things that actually mattered. Like
Yeah.
And my-
taxes and all that stuff.
and at least my parents, not everybody's parents are like this, but like my parents are very like much trying to give physical medium to what you're doing and what your transaction is. So at least you have an idea of what to expect. And I started working until technically I gained some money before 16, but it's not, but I was doing other chores and such, when I was a younger teenager, and then by the time I hit 16, all that kind of stuff, where you can legally do some things working wise or whatever, it's kind of like, you grow up into that. A lot of these kids are not growing up into that at all. They don't have any concept of what it means. They have no concept of cash flow or disposable income, or you have your check-in and you have to deduct all of these things, and okay, so you got to pay your car payment, you got to pay your rental, you got to do all these things, and then what is left over, they don't understand that concept. They'll be like, oh, I'm just going to swipe my credit card and it'll show up next week or whatever, and it's like,
Nope. Don't
no.
do it.
It's like they
Nope.
have no physical perspective of any
I was
of this.
taught how to sew in middle school. Like we had a home
Yep.
ec class. I was taught to cook.
Mhm.
I was taught we were taught to make pillows, like basic sewing things. And I have younger sisters. I have early 20s, and I have one about to go off to college, and a younger one. And some of the things I'm like, they're like, how do I make pasta? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You boil water, you put the pasta in the water.
I know.
Like,
I know how to do my own laundry. I know how to do my. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom like would make at Thanksgiving. My mom would spend like 8 hours making food, and still put my 20-year-old sister's plates together, because I'm like, you can't, like, they're not. I think it has a lot to do with parenting and being spoiled and everything handed to it, because I think our that generation, or our generation, who are having these kids and or had these kids, didn't have like an emotional relationship with their parents. Look at me breaking it down. We have a doctor on the panel. I don't know why I'm breaking this down. So now everything we didn't get as kids, we're making it easier for our kids. Am I right? Am I on the right path, doctor? I don't have a PhD, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Am I on the right path here?
No, no, you absolutely are. So it was this thing of like, yes, parents then tried to make the world a better place for their kids by teaching them skills that they're going to need as adults. Whereas the generation after that was like, we want to make things easier for you by holding your hand and doing everything for you. So they're not taught the skills that they need. So side note, I am a doctor, but I teach college. I teach college, and I get a lot of freshman students. And like one of the things I talk about I teach psychology, and some of the things I talk about are just like, how prepared do you feel going into college? What are some of the things that, you are realizing you need to do and you didn't know how to do? And I was expecting, things like note taking and academic stuff. No, the students are listing how to change a tire, how to boil an egg, how to budget for groceries, how to like scrape ice off my car so I can like figure out when I need to get to work and how long it's going to take to defrost my car. All these things they didn't know how to do. They're in their like early 20s. They didn't know how to do things, how to do laundry, how to get coins, to do coin operated laundry in their apartment complexes. There's so many things they didn't know how to do. And yeah, like a lot of them, they didn't have those relationships with their parents or their teachers in terms of, like maybe just offhand being taught how to do something. But they also didn't have those experiences where they needed to learn before they became adults living on their own. And that's the major problem. So they just like so instead of turning to an adult in their life, they turn to Google, they turn to YouTube to look up a how-to video. And so that, yes, they learn those skills eventually, but that also means they are not having those conversations with their parents, not having those conversations with their friends, not having those conversations with their teachers. And so those skills are going to be even harder to pass down when they have kids. Yeah. Chris, so like how to scrape ice off the windshield of a car. I've met so many students who don't know how to do that without like accidentally scraping like their actual windshield.
It's so sad because this is not necessarily a new thing. I remember back when I was in college, which was 2007 through 2011, so this is a little while ago.
Me too, girl. Me too.
But even I knew how to do my own laundry, and get the you had a specific student card or whatever, and do it, and detergent, fabric softener, whatever, bleach if you need to use it, whatever, something like that. So whatever, dryer sheets and all this other stuff. They were so, and I was an older age in my class due to I'm a summer birthday, so I'm just kind of one of those weird ones where I was either going to be really, really young in the class or really, really old in the class. And I ended up being the latter. And there were so many students that I went to college with, especially my freshman year, who did not know how to do laundry. And I'm like, some of these were even homeschoolers. And I'm just like, you don't even know how to do your own laundry?
What?
That's
yes, girls. They some of these kids, because of the mothers, are coddling their kids so much because they need to just do it all and do whatever. It kind of shocked me, but then after the first couple of shocking moments, I was like, let me see if I can help them out a little bit, because I had just turned 19 as a freshman. So yes, when I say I'm an oldie, that's
Girl, me
me.
too.
Mag,
Hey,
no,
Mag.
we're not old.
We're not old.
Don't pay
we're-
attention to like crazy Twitter people, okay?
Yeah.
We're
not
vintage.
old.
We're vintage.
Oh
Okay?
God,
No,
we're
we're
vintage.
like we're
We have-
in our
I know someone who'd
best-
be love
We
love
actually
to hear
have
that.
life experiences. Yes.
But
not
that's
even in
why
your
it's so funny about that.
40s
It's
are
like
you
even-
like old.
Best way to describe us is we are seasoned with experience.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Seasoned and
Guys,
We're
spicy
pieces
and
of
ready to
meat.
go.
We are seasoned.
I've worked with geriatric patients for the longest time that to me, no one is like old until you're in your 70s. Everything before that, you're still good. So
I
it's
like-
You're still
crazy
good,
to me
yeah.
that like all these Twitter people are like, well, once you hit your 30s, life's over for you. And it's like, according
just
to who?
began. Just
No, me being in my 30s means I'm in my 20s, but I go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's true. I like this comment here. A lot of parents of these kids just let TV or computer doing the parenting, and I think that's
Yep.
a problem too. Because growing up, for me, even though I had two parents that worked, we weren't sat in front of the TV. We were told to go outside. We were told to play.
Yes.
We had each other. We had
Mhm.
toys. We had a toy room, draw and stuff. We were told to be creative and outgoing instead of just being in front of the TV. The only time I was ever in front of a TV or playing video games was if it was raining outside. If it was raining outside and there was nothing else to do, that's when we would be put in front of a TV. But other than that, like these kids are coddled. There's a plus and minus to it. Now, the plus is there are educational TVs that are helping your kids more advanced, like Miss Rachel, which my nephew is like advanced because of her. But at the same time, it takes away. Like it's weird to me that young kids, like toddlers and stuff, know what FaceTiming is, know how
I
to
don't
hold
like
a
that
phone.
at all.
No, like it's so weird to me that by the
Mhm.
time they're born, they already, in a sense, have a digital footprint as well.
Mhm.
So they're grown
Yes.
up into it. And I also think it happens to the fact that parents nowadays have to work each have to work a job. Sometimes one of them has to work two. So it's less involvement in the kid's life. So who's going to teach them how to cook? Who's going to teach them how to do laundry and stuff? And a lot of people are only having one or two kids, right? Yeah, a lot of people are having one, two, where I come from a generation, especially being Middle Eastern, where you have like 3, 4, 5, 6 kids. And the
Mhm.
oldest is always taught how to help the youngest. And that's where a lot of my skill set came from because I had to help, feed my sisters, help do laundry, help clean and stuff. So I think you nailed it on the head. I think this generation now and Gen Z spoiled. They're coddled. They don't have to do anything because everybody they expect everything to be handed to them like their parents have, and their parents utilize handing them things to justify not physically being there. Because I'm a doctor as well. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. But
I think you don't have to be a doctor to point those things out. You really have to observe it.
Yeah.
It's what they call it, observable truths, where it's like we combine our own experiences and the experiences of others and what we observe also, and then we see all this and we go, this is wrong, this is inappropriate, this is whatever. And it's just interesting how it's now, at least the parenting side of things has gotten worse. And I always say, like, parents, I understand it's not always going to be easy with how you operate your family, but the most important thing you can do, regardless if it's a 2-parent income or 1-parent income or what have you, you need to be physically and mentally present for your children. You can't just be like, I come home from work and then I'm going to sit on the couch. And I'm not saying that just for guys. I'm saying that for even girls too. It's like, you need to be literally 100% all the time, because if you're going to create something together, that is your responsibility. And then you need to ensure that they're going to be good people growing up. So yeah, I'm like, I don't want any technology like that in the house, because I've seen so many kids be so addicted to this stuff. And literally, I've seen 2-year-olds with phones in their face from their parents. You're like, here you go. And I'm just like,
it's crazy.
Why are you doing this?
I think we might have been like the last generation
I think we
Sorry.
are.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
That
Lily,
we're
yeah.
the last generation that I remember that we would go outside and play all day, and you knew that it was time to go home when it started to get dark.
yeah, or you
That's
catch
when you knew that you had to get
fireflies and all that stuff. I mean, I'm a reader. I like to have books in my hand, so I don't know this generation come up who always have to be in their phone. Like for me, when I was younger age, I would travel with books, like have books in my hands, read, explore different worlds. And now it's like a dopamine hit where they have to see their likes, they have to like constantly be scrolling on things, they have to constantly be commenting on things, and I'm like, go touch grass for a moment, kid.
That's
Like-
that's why TikTok is so, it's like the big thing right now, because their attention spans are so short now. You need to give them all the information that they want in like a 10-second little reel, and it's kind of impossible for you to sit them down and make them watch an entire movie without them getting bored. They
Or
just
have
don't
their
have
phone.
the attention span anymore. Yeah, like my little nephew, he's 9 years old. I've gotten him to sit down with things that catch his attention right away, like The Mandalorian. Anytime we put that on, the phone is always set to the side and he's concentrating. But when I try to get him to watch something new, he doesn't have the attention span for it, because he's constantly like just watching videos and swiping and like, look at this and look at this, to like the 10-second videos. And I'm like, what are they doing to this generation? This is awful.
Which I don't understand why then they're making movies longer and making TV shows longer when attention span is not there.
I will say,
Exactly.
when I was a teenager, and in my early 20s, God, it seems like a while ago, but I would babysit a lot, because I was like the oldest girl in the neighborhood, so I'd babysit a lot. And even like the TV shows for kids, like, yeah, they're a decent length, but if you just watch how quickly the camera cuts between scenes.
Oh
They'll
yeah.
spend like 2 seconds and then new camera angle. And that is training kids to have such a short attention span. They can't watch a whole, like 30-second long scene from the same angle. They need like 2 and 3 seconds of one angle, and then they need it switched. It was fascinating for me, like just watching that. It was, really troublesome. But I did want to add on to something that y'all have been saying about, like parents. I will say, yeah, parents need to be present. They need to, get the phone out of the kids' hands. They need to get the kids outside, throw a ball, like walk around the neighborhood, do something. But I will also say, as a teacher, teachers also need to be present. They need to listen rather than preach values at their students.
Amen, sister.
I needed to put that out there.
Yes.
It's been bothering me for so long. So parents need to be present. And if your kids are in a school system, a public school system, or even a homeschool system where you actually send, your kids to a different institution so they can get that social aspect, teachers need to be there to listen and not preach certain values. They need to listen. They need to be open to everyone's opinions. Yes, thank you in the chat. This is why I can't get a full-time teaching job anywhere, because I'm on the other side of it. But
Because
you
you're
actually
speaking
care?
logic.
You're speaking the
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah, because you make sense.
I will die on this hill,
speaking-
even if it means I can't get a full-time teaching job. I will die on this hill. You need to have teachers who work.
Hey, you can create your own academy, Dr. Rachel. Who knows?
Oh,
Yes, we can.
Mm.
I need to find the other teachers and administrators who would actually do the same thing. But yeah, teachers need to teach. They need to listen to everyone's opinions. They don't need to push certain values. They can have everyone have all of their values, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I 100%
But
with you.
that
'cause
also needs to happen.
my experience with teachers growing up is I never knew what my teachers believed or preached or was, didn't know who they were married to, didn't even know their first name at all. Like nothing. They were there to teach me and to help mold me to be a better person, not to influence me in what they believed. They were there to make sure that my education was sound and that I would be a productive member of society. And I think that's what people need to get back into.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, anybody else have anything left before we wrap it up?
I was going to say that the only girl math that I will ever admit to is that I think it's free money when I forget that I left like $20 in a purse that I haven't used in forever.
Yes. I agree with that. And I also agree with the fact that like if it 120, or if you spend $100, you get free shipping. And you've only spent and you only have like 75 in your cart. Heck yeah, I'm gonna put the 25 into my cart. I don't care if the shipping's only like $10. Okay, all right.
I will admit to that girl math, because whenever I wear like a jacket or purse I haven't used in a while, and I'm searching the pockets and there's like $20 in there, I'm like, ooh, free money. It's like past me was gonna leave a little gift for future me. So that's only girl math that
I agree.
I'll ever admit to.
It's a little treat to yourself gift.
Yes, it's treat yourself.
For the iced lattes.
For the iced latte. Well, I have my mocktail. So. All right. So, on that note, ladies, it's been a lovely evening with you. I want to thank everybody who participated in our chats. Thank you so much. I forgot that Nomi was also streaming from her chat for a minute. I was like, where are these people coming from?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to say, guys, I'm simulcasting.
Yes, she's simulcasting. So make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to Inside All Day. We are trying to get monetized so the channel eventually can do like super chats and stuff like that. But, we've got a little bit of ways to get there. So please share this as well. The watch hours really help us as well. So on that note, I'm going to let everybody kind of tell us where they're going to be next. So Lily, take it away.
Oh, and then just like a little quick information. So the stream is bi-weekly. So that means that it's every 2 weeks.
Yes, every 2 weeks.
A lot of people were confused that we didn't stream last week. So yeah, it's going to be every 2 weeks for now. We'll let you guys know, like follow everybody's Twitter. We're constantly like updating what's happening. So we'll let you guys know what's going on there. Because I think I saw somebody on the chat that they were like, oh, I was waiting for like a link last week and you guys didn't stream.
Yes, sorry about that. It is bi-weekly every 2 weeks on Thursday. Maybe eventually we'll get to weekly. We'll see. Who knows what the future holds? Anyway, Lily, where can people find you? What are you going to be on next? What are you doing with your life?
All right, so Mondays, I'm doing a stream with Nomi and a lot of the guys that you probably see in all of our chats everywhere too. Ryan Legion with Joker voice, and Shadow, he's in here too. So we're talking Game of Thrones. We're kind of going through everything that's good and then slowly watching it just kind of get worse and worse.
Where are you guys in the season? What season are you on?
We're on season 5 episode. What episode are we on?
I'm not sure.
Like episode 4 or 5? Like we just watch it. I just have it set on my max, and I think
we're on 6.
6? Okay. But yeah, we're going through it, and it's actually some really good discussion. We get into a lot of like historical stuff, and there's a lot of cool stuff there. So if you like Game of Thrones and you're waiting for House of the Dragon to come back, then check that out. And then Fridays, I'm back with Nomi again and everybody else on Friday too. So that's for Friday night's Royal Rumble. It's a breakdown. Yeah, tomorrow. So everything that's going on throughout the week, all the little news and everything that pops up, we're going to be talking about it there as well. And then, of course, bi-weekly with the ladies here. And then you can find me on Twitter. So my handle is at 300 Mirrors.
Very cool. All right. Mags, where can people find you? What are you doing with your life?
Well, as my little subtext says, everywhere. You can find, of course, I have a specific website, all my links, that has all of my links there, but you can usually find me at Magitech Mags on Odyssey, Rumble, Twitter, YouTube, Kick. Yes, you can find me everywhere. But anyway, you can find me in all those locations. This weekend, I'm probably not going to be streaming too much because I need to get out of the house. So it's always good to talk about touching grass, y'all. It's good to get out of the house. So I will be doing stuff like that. But of course, make sure you check out us every other Thursday. So I think our next one should be the 28th. So mark that on your calendars, y'all. And
hit that notification bell. You'll know.
Hit that notification bell. Make sure you follow on Twitter. You follow Inside All Day podcast, so that way you can see anything going on updates wise. But you can for it. I'm going on the 20th on Wednesday. On Brandon the Anime Guy's channel talking about 90s anime. So I'll be on there. And I think that's it for right now as far as what's going on in my life. So again, you can find, I feel like I'm everywhere all at once sometimes. and it's like depending on if I have the opportunity, I'll jump on. But yeah, so go check out everybody here. Check out Friday Night Rumble. Everybody, go ahead. But yeah, so like and subscribe.
All right, Nomi, tell the people who you are and where they can find you.
Hi, yes, you can find me on Twitter and on YouTube at Know Me Without You. Lily basically gave everything what I do because Lily and I just hang out together. Yeah, so we're always hanging around and doing things. So yeah, let's see, tomorrow, Friday Night Royal Rumble with Legion Ryan. And then after Friday Night Royal Rumble, I'm going to do some musings with Samuel the Infamous and Larry Knight. And then Saturday, I think I might be on Screaming Into the Void with Samuel the Infamous again. And I will be a guest on MSK Iron Man channel on Saturday in the evening. I believe 8 o'clock Eastern time is what I'll be on. And then Monday again for Game of Thrones with Lily. I'm posting videos again. I got a few videos edited and ready to post. I'm now getting into ASMR, so if you want me to, if you want to hear,
Oh boy!
Oh yeah, Mags was there when I got my first payment for ASMR stuff.
No, me.
Yogurt.
Oh
You're
my
eating yogurt.
gosh, no.
Yeah, I was eating yogurt with granola. So if you want to see me, hear me do that, the links to my Cash App and my Venmo are on my channel.
God.
So Nomi is our spicy
fantastic.
accountant.
I am
Yep.
spicy. So toss a coin. Yes, toss a
Yeah,
coin to
the
your
spicy
Nomi
one.
jar, and you'll get to hear me drink and snack. So if you want to see me do girl dinners, send me some monies.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Okay. I'm learning so much about you every single time we meet up.
Oh
No.
gosh!
Dr.
Me
Rachel,
too.
birthday girl. Tell the people where they can find you.
Unlike everybody else, I am not going to be everywhere. I am actually I am in the process of moving right now. I'm actually starting the drive down, moving from the top of the East Coast to the bottom of the East Coast. But I'm looking forward to the move. I start that this weekend, which is also my birthday weekend. So a fantastic birthday present for me is moving. So because of the move, and you can see like the bare bones set up behind me. Hopefully next week, next time we stream together, I will have a lovely setup. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter. I try to post updates of new videos that I'm making for my art channel. I'm currently working also on a video about Dobby the House Elf for Hollywood Scholars channel. So be on the lookout for that, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Again, with the move, it's really been hard to keep on top of anything. But yeah, I will have some stuff on Twitter. I post everything. On Instagram, also Saran_cosplay. I post a lot of my art stuff there. So you can follow that. And if anyone's interested actually in commissions, so if you want me to make something for you related to cosplay or an art piece, please let me know. We can work out, prices and stuff. But I actually just finished a large Lazy Susan for a friend of mine. It was a great commission piece. He wanted it as a display, Metroid themed. So the video for that, I'm still working on editing. Hopefully will be out next week. But it turned out beautifully, and I want to do a lot more art commissions. So if anyone is interested, let me know.
Man, I wish I had known before the Renaissance Fair is going to be right around the corner. Dang it. Next year. It'll be next year.
Yep.
Yes, we'll talk. All right. Yeah. And as always, I'm Nadia, player one of the Inside All Day podcast. You can find me on Twitter at NerdDollface, on the Inside All Day. My husband and I, we just dropped an episode on the Mission Impossible franchise, so go ahead and check that out. I am also every Tuesday on the Salty Nerd live stream at 2 p.m. And next week, Chris and I, for the Inside All Day, will have our first live stream. We're calling it right now Tales of the Internet, but we don't know if it's going to stay as Tales of the Internet. Basically, Chris and I will be bringing each other some weird internet tales and doing live reactions. So that'll be our first, and that'll be next Thursday, since we won't be streaming as well. And all the information can be found on my Twitter or the Inside All Day podcast Twitter. I want to thank my panel again, my panelists, for joining me today. It was a lovely conversation. I've learned so much more about all of you, and I enjoy your company. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and have a great evening, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.